Okay, we have a green box, we have a live counter ticking up, so we should now be live, which of course means welcome back to the Storytime Network. It is the Paradox Hour podcast. It is the Winter 2023 anime mid-season check-in. And we've lost some shows from the 3+ episode check-in that bored people.
It happens.
Something tells me we're going to be losing at least a couple of shows today as well.
It happens.
And we also, lost some shows to production delays.
Mm-hmm.
We won't be talking about Nier Automata today because it dropped an episode today, but none of us had time.
I mean, I watched it.
Okay, 2 of us didn't have time.
I'm putting it on hold until I can actually play the game, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 person didn't have time. And that person would be me. What else got delayed? Misfit got delayed. Ayakashi Triangle, is that back yet?
No.
Nope.
Right, that got delayed. UniteUp
BOFURI got delayed.
BOFURI got delayed, but we've got episodes to talk about today. BOFURI's delay shouldn't hurt us too much.
It's only 2 weeks,
Yeah.
which is nothing compared to most of them.
It hurts me.
It hurts me too,
I mean, it
but
hurts.
I'm just glad it's a short delay by comparison.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
hurts. It's just not going to hurt the stream necessarily, because we'll still have episodes to talk about in the wrap up. UniteUp, I've only got 1 episode to talk about today because it started back up last week. But otherwise, yep, we've got a full docket of shows, mostly good, some less good. But we can get started with. Let me just get the. Okay, I really should have had a different window up with the list on it. So I'll just transfer that over. The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten.
Before we start, let me just say, I just realized that the actual Japanese title, the translated Japanese title, is "The Case of the Neighborhood Angel Turning Me into a Degenerate Unaware."
That is very different totally from what the show actually is.
Yeah. Very much.
Like, how do you get that and get this show? I don't understand.
Yeah, no. This shit's sweet as fuck.
It is so wholesome, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get much more wholesome than this.
Did you watch today's episode?
No, I didn't. I didn't have time.
No, that's fair. It's a fun one, and also surprisingly dark at points.
Oh. Oh wait, my day's been a mess. I think I did watch it. I did watch it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot, but yeah, no, I definitely watched it. That's fucked up. This girl's gone through it, man.
Her parents suck.
Yeah, her parents are just not good people.
Yeah, no, they are absolutely shitty people.
Also, she didn't clarify, but I'm assuming it was the housekeeper that taught her to cook.
She mentioned that.
Did she?
I don't know about that specifically, but she did mention that the housekeeper basically raised her.
Yeah, so I'm assuming she's the one who taught her to cook.
Yeah, most likely.
But yeah, anime parents being bad people, what a shock.
To be fair, fucking Amane's parents are pretty great.
Yeah, Amane has good parents.
Well,
his friend's parents are kind of pretty, or at least his best friend's dad is kind of an asshole too.
Yeah.
Oh, with the whole kicking him out of the house over who he's dating.
Yeah.
Was it a guy or a girl?
It was a girl.
He just doesn't approve of the girl for whatever reason.
Damn.
Which is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Regardless. Like, kicking someone out of the house for who they're dating is bullshit unless it's like they are dating someone who is a well-known serial killer, in which case it's kind of understandable.
I know. Even then, I feel like kicking them out is like the worst possible choice because it's like, oh, I'm gonna
no,
kick you
it
out so you
is,
can go
but-
to them and be killed by them. I'd be
It is
locking
the
them in
worst
the
possible
house.
choice. But what I'm saying is, having a hostile reaction to someone dating a serial killer is very different from having a hostile reaction to a dude's girlfriend being a tomboy.
Oh, then yeah. Fuck that dude.
Exactly.
I'm just saying though, you shouldn't be kicking somebody out into the arms of a serial killer.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
That would be a terrible idea. Back
But
on
yeah.
topic.
Yeah, Amane and Mahiru are fantastic.
Yeah, they have really great chemistry.
They're also just making each other lose their minds.
They're catching feelings, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah.
I always enjoy that trope. Like, damn it, I can't catch feelings. Damn it. It's such a fun thing.
Do you think they're gonna get together by end of season or no?
I don't know about by end of season, but they are definitely on course to at some point soonish. Like, today's episode was very heavy on the teasing on that front. Like,
Yeah.
I am surprised it didn't go outright like into a confession or some shit.
Yeah. They were certainly in the environment for it with the fucking cherry blossoms.
Mm-hmm. Again, I would not have been surprised if they went with confession there, but they didn't, so whatever.
Yeah.
Still definitely a possibility in the near future, though.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind waiting.
I don't mind either.
No.
But, anyways, yeah, last few episodes have been real fun. I do like how they resolve the cliffhanger of, oh shit, his friends found out that she lives next door. It's like, oh, new friend, join us.
Yeah, no, that kind of just works to Mahiru's advantage. She has friends now.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Although, Amane's just going through it because they just won't stop teasing him. Which, honestly, understandable given the circumstances.
Honestly, you'd be. What kind of friend wouldn't rib their friend over something like that? You know?
Yeah. No, I do the same. So.
Yeah.
We also meet Amane's father,
who is a perfect match for his wife. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
They complement each other very well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah.
This is
Really
just a
enjoying
fun
this show.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't think there's much more to talk about right now, so.
Not really. It's a nice wholesome romance, but there's not a lot of deep stuff beyond the stuff in today's episode.
Yeah.
Okay, we can move on then. Skipping over Ayakashi Triangle, obviously, because there's no episodes to talk about. So we move on to Blue Lock.
Did you watch today's episode?
I did watch today's episode, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you chose this screenshot.
Oh no, I've got two of them, showing both sides of Baro.
Great.
I'll swap it sometime during the
I like how he's a neat freak.
Yeah, Baro is very funny.
I love him so much, and I've only loved him more since he joined the team.
Yeah. Baro is so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, today's episode, damn, that second half of that episode was so fucking gay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was literally, oh, Bachar has basically been waiting his life to meet Isagi.
Yeah.
And literally, they ended the episode with like the narrator saying, "Who out of Rin and Isagi can delight Bachara's heart more?" And it's just like, wow, okay, that's
Bachara needs that need to be met.
Yeah. But yeah, with Prim, in the episodes we've got to discuss, it's pretty much the match with Kunigami, Chigiri, and Reo. And Jesus Christ, Isagi, like, just basically negging Baro the entire time. Like,
he was gaslighting him the whole time.
yeah, like, it's so good.
And it worked.
Yeah. But just using Baro's own words against him, it was 50-50. Either Baro, like, did what he did, or had a fucking stroke from sheer rage.
Yeah. And I like how Baro almost like just went along with it and became the supporter there, but they was like, no, that's not me. That's not who I am. I'm not playing this game that way.
If that happens, I'm never gonna, bust past this. This is always gonna be my limit. And no, that's not fucking happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've said this to Jack. I was actually kind of annoyed with how they cliffhangered the who are we gonna choose at the end of episode 18.
Yeah,
Like,
a little bit.
Because it was just so obvious that cliffhanger was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And like they did that cliffhanger to pick honestly what was probably the more obvious choice. Because like I feel like I only saw people going, yeah, they're probably gonna pick Chigiri. And certainly I thought they'd pick Chigiri because he was the only one who was actually like pissed, not like actually downhearted. Because obviously Reo is basically just broken at this point.
Yeah, jeez. Oh my god.
He is this like basically since he's been introduced, he's just been shit on.
Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for him, but
oh, he was so fired up to take his boyfriend back, and he just failed so badly.
no. He not only that, he kind of just got dumped basically.
Yeah. I feel like Nagi was trying the same thing that Isagi did with Baro.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Nagi would just drop him like that.
Bring him down to force him back up.
Yeah, he's basically just saying, "Come get me, motherfucker."
Yeah. He's somehow even more socially awkward than Bachara.
Yeah.
As much as he says he's not a weirdo, he is a weirdo, but in a good way.
Yeah, the dude sees monsters, you know?
Yeah. I'm not. I don't think it's not surprising at all that his mum is an artist as well. Like, I'm not. It's not. It wouldn't have been my first thought, but like when seeing it, was like, yeah, that makes sense based on how Bachara is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now Isagi's gone to challenge Rin. Which is, to be fair, it's not like those guys have got any other challenges because everyone has been, being afraid of them. Which,
Yeah, they don't have much of a choice.
To be fair, don't blame the other people, but it is somewhat of a problem for them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I expect to see Kunigami and Reo at some point, but probably not for a while now. Maybe not for the rest of the season, honestly.
Probably not.
Because we've got 5 episodes left.
I think so.
Yeah. Like, I'd imagine at least the next 3 are gonna be the. I'd say next one is probably gonna be the build-up. Then the next 3 will be the actual match, and then the last one will be, basically the wrap-up. Oh, and gotta fit Isagi and Bachara's incredibly gay reunion back in there. That's happening.
Will it? Will they win? They're probably gonna win.
I'd be shocked if they didn't. Put it that way.
At the same time, I wouldn't put it past this show.
I mean, if those guys thought they had trouble fighting opponents at stage 4, how are they going to get on at stage 3?
Yeah.
But yeah, Blue Lock's been very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very enjoyable. But yeah, we can move on then to
BOFURI!
BOFURI. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Season 2.
This show
I don't want to get hurt, so I'll grow some tentacles.
That was so funny how like Sally just walked in, said, "Oh, hey, nice tentacles, Maple." Then just went, "Wait a second."
That
What?
double take was hilarious.
I mean, no, these last 2 episodes have been really nice for. Certainly, episode 6 was really nice for giving some screen time to the less focused upon members.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I love spending time with Kanade. That
Kanade's fun.
Exhausted androgynous person.
I believe Kanade is canonically a dude.
I'm fairly
very
sure,
effeminate.
yeah, but I'm gonna stick to I'm just gonna stick to gender neutral.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
I love this reaction shot to them watching people just absolutely demolish the boss.
Well, no, this was the reaction to Sally hiding in Maple's atrocity form mouth.
Right.
Oh my god, I forgot that she did that.
I mean, these last certainly episodes 4 and 5 were very much like Vor, the anime.
Yes.
Like there was a lot.
Like, I would not be shocked if the author of the source material had a more thing. I would not be shocked.
There's been a lot.
It's funny as hell, though.
Yeah.
Also, I love how Kanade's the only one without, like, the wide white eyes.
Kanade's just too exhausted. They're just done with this shit.
Yeah.
Not wrong. Maple's antics continue to be funny. I like this the time in the sun that we've gotten from me as well.
Yeah.
She's a fun character.
She's got a nice phoenix now.
Mm-hmm.
I
love how everyone's catching Pokemon now that it's all cool and trendy to do so.
Yeah. I'm a little glad that it was like, oh yeah, Maple and Sally have already done it by accident. So they certainly Maple didn't get yet another broken ass monster.
Mm-hmm.
No, but Maple just becomes more of a monster.
Yeah, Maple just gets tentacles.
Maple is just like the most hacks person by complete accident, and it's great.
Yeah.
Also, I love the various Pokemon each of the guild members get. They're all very cute.
No, they're all interesting and do fit with the character in question. I especially love Kanade's Mirror Slime and Chrome's Necro.
Yeah, those are neat.
Yeah.
Especially
I do love the little baby snake as well.
Yeah, with Necro, I just love how much like Kuromu is trying to hold back his excitement because he knows Sally is scared, but when he actually shows off the ability, he can't help but be excited.
Also, Sally just has not been having a fun time.
No. I also really liked the overall boss fight because again, it made Maple and Sally struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it did. but it wasn't so ludicrously hard that they couldn't win, which
Yeah.
was like the point of balanced game design.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm glad the developers is what the developers came away with.
Yeah.
It should be a challenge, but it shouldn't be unwinnable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really, really, really cool, honestly, and I like how the encounter seemed balanced.
I mean, most of the bosses were pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, floor 8 seemed like a bit of a wimp.
Anticlimax.
Yeah, with the chameleon boss, because I mean, to be fair, again, it was hard for other people. It wasn't hard for Maple, who just kept getting hit by the status effect.
Yeah, Maple is like the ultimate tank.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. We are getting a 2-week break, which is probably for the best. We have had some. I mean, to be fair, I think the boss fight at the end of episode 4, the overall boss fight, that was pretty well animated. But 5 and 6 have been more limited. So, but you know, it'll be good to get a couple of weeks and see how they do with the next event coming up.
No, I'm sad.
I'm sad as well because it's messing up my Wednesday is just so perfect for anime because I've got BOFURI and Tsurune. It's just a really nice time.
Well, it's only 2 weeks, which is not the worst break we've had.
No, it's not. But unless either of y'all...
It's too long.
Unless
I could die in 2 weeks.
You're not wrong. We could all die in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a travesty?
But
yeah, no.
Unless either of y'all have anything else to say about BOFURI?
No, last few episodes have been really fun, and I think the break happened at a fairly good point, honestly.
Yeah,
I
would have been more frustrated had it happened in the middle of the event.
Yeah, that would have been very frustrating, my god.
Yeah.
Okay, we can move on then to Buddy Daddies.
Oh boy.
Gonna be real, I might be dropping this.
Really?
Did you watch the most recent episode?
No.
Watched yesterday's episode.
I also have not watched the most recent one. I just literally didn't have time.
I will say the most recent episode was very heartfelt and also kind of sad.
Okay.
I mean,
there's a lot less of the comedy. There still was some, but
it's a case of like I don't really feel that attached to the characters, and I don't know. Episode 5 felt kind of samey, I guess. Like there was a lot of ground retread. I was kind of wanting to get some more assassination stuff.
That is likely going to happen starting in the next episode. Because episode 7 indicates that we're about to go into some darker territory. So, and episode 7 itself is pretty dark.
I do agree, though, we could use more spy stuff. Or assassin stuff, because we haven't gotten much of that.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen. Episode 6, I believe, is the one that has them trying to juggle their work with handling Miri, which is a fun episode.
I thought that was episode 5.
No, episode 5 was... Oh, you might be right. Yeah, that was episode 5. Episode 6 was the zoo.
Yeah. I was gonna say you're not making my decision any harder if episode 6 has the exact same premise as episode 5, which has had the exact same
It's a
premise
very
as
different premise.
like the last 2 episodes.
Wait, have
Or
you not
2
watched
episodes
episode
before.
6 yet?
No, I only watched
Oh,
episode
episode
5.
6. Yeah, episode 6 is different.
I mean, I've read the A&N review for it. It doesn't seem that different.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Episode 7 is, I think, the most unique so far of the episodes, though.
I mean, my point is that episode 6 is just, more Miri shenanigans, and that's what the previous episodes have been. Like, I get that obviously, that is
that's
a big
part of the appeal of the show, though.
That is, yes, but, there's also an element of wanting to see these guys do their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get that. What I will say is episode 7 is, well, it doesn't go too deep into them doing their jobs. There are hints of that, as well as just a lot of delving into Kazuki in particular. But also, there's a lot of stuff with Ray, too, that's really good. I don't want to spoil it, because it is a good episode, and I do think you would benefit from watching it. If you don't like episode 7, I'd understand if you bowed out at that point.
I'm basically just gonna wait for the A&N review and see what that says.
Alright.
Because, as I said, I find parts of it funny. Like, in episode 5, I did like that Q just completely bullshitted their jobs. Like, yeah, you could get away with Kazuki being a comedian. You can't get away with Ray being a fucking oil baron.
That's just... Where did he come up with that?
Well, it's because Ray is rich, and he doesn't know how else to exploit his money.
Fair
Not
enough.
that rich if they had to fucking take so many jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I assume it's just, like, specifically to pay for his accommodations and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, they were worried that they wouldn't have time to do the jobs, but once like Q offered to babysit, they managed to complete what they had left in a single day.
Well, the issue was them trying to balance them taking care of Miri and doing the jobs, because they were clearly running ragged by trying to do both. I believe Kazuki mentioned pulling a straight-up all-nighter multiple times.
Yeah, all-nighters, they didn't sleep for 3 days. I get that, but, like...
It's likely that they got most of the stuff done, but they didn't have enough time to both take care of Miri and do the job stuff. Because that last bit involved travel as well.
So here's what they could have done. Like, take a day of, actually sleeping. Then, do the day trip, take Miri with you, and have one of you take care of Miri and the other do the job.
It looked like a two-person job, but at the same time, Mill, you are giving a little bit too much credence to these men's intelligence.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't think these two are intelligent enough for that.
I think they're a few cans short of a six-pack. Just saying.
I guess. It just seemed weird that they were so worried about not being able to finish in time, and then they finished, like, in 1 day.
I think they mentioned at one point that they just had to do one last thing, but it was traveling outside the city, and they couldn't do that with Miri and complete the job. And again, they pulled multiple all-nighters to do that.
I know, but again, just, like, pull shifts. There's 2 of you.
All of them were working the all-nighters to do it. I don't know, but if you try to question logistics of an anime too hard, you are bound to drive yourself mad. It's okay to suspend your disbelief every now and then, Mill.
Yeah.
I would if I enjoyed the show more. But instead, like, I am thinking about these things.
See, that's where that's your first mistake. Yeah, no, I'm still enjoying the show quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm consistently getting laughs out of most of the episodes, and episode 7 actually punched me in the gut with emotions.
Yeah,
Okay.
I myself am loving it, so I can't. You're alone on this one, Mill.
Yeah,
Alright, dude.
I'm fully aware. I'm fully aware.
Yeah,
It's not that I think the show is
but
bad.
I do see where you're coming from, though.
I
I
get it.
It's
Yeah,
as I said, it's not that I think the show is bad. It's just that I just don't think it's for me.
Yeah,
No, that's fair. That's fair.
yeah, but maybe give it like see episode 7 then,
Mm-hmm.
since it supposedly is good.
Yeah. That's it. I think we can move on.
Okay. We will move on then to Digimon Ghost Game.
Apparently, the show's ending at the end of March.
Huh.
Which
Dang.
kind of sounds about right, more or less.
Sounds
We
like
did not.
roughly the pace it's going with right now.
Yeah, cause okay, yeah, episode 64 has been scheduled, so we'd be in like mid-70s, which is not that much longer than most Digimon series, so I guess that's about right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Didn't talk about it last time because I was not caught up. So I'll just jump ahead to the most significant episodes here. Episode 59. A Digimon kidnaps one of the protagonists and it basically becomes a vigilante and apparently absorbs his life force by also doing it.
Yoink.
Yeah. Gulu's Gamamon appears again, which is the dark form of Gamamon that's been in and out, and threatens to fucking destroy the Digimon who kidnapped him, but we managed to convince his friend to release him instead. And bit of foreshadowing there, because like it's almost time. That's what he says. So, episode 60. A city starts getting flooded, and whenever the water touches a person's head, they just start leaking fluid out of their eyes and mouths. So it's pretty creepy. But that one's pretty straightforward. They find the Digimon responsible. They take it down. Pretty simple. Episode 61 is probably my favorite because in that one, a researcher mysteriously dies, and apparently it's because of a seed of a Digimon was launched into her and is possessing her corpse, but no one realizes it. And then eventually, after it's charged up enough, it just evolves into basically a world-ending threat. It's Zed Millenniummon, who is actually in the Adventure reboot that was the most recent show. And but they managed to stop him, of course. And the most notable bit being that the seed is picked up by Hero. He's like, I'll look after it. And I'm like, that's a bad idea. You should destroy that thing. That could destroy this world. So I'm pretty sure that will come back later, because that's just
what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this lineup of episodes has been good. The animation for the fight scenes has mostly been very good, which pleases me greatly. And we have actually seen some like light episode summaries for like the later episodes, which implies that our heroes are finally going to the digital world, which I'm very curious to see, because every iteration of the digital world is kind of different. So, and
They
that's
haven't been to the digital world yet?
no. There's like sort of been inklings of that, but not. They haven't actually gone there yet, and that's not the first time this has happened with these series as well. Like with Digimon Tamers, they didn't go to the digital world until like over halfway through the show. But yeah, sometimes they spend the entire time in the digital world. Sometimes they just go back and forth. But with this one, they just spent most of the time in the human world. But I'm assuming the final chapters will be in the digital world. So curious to see that and find out what the fuck Hiro's dad has been up to this entire time. There's been some Digimon keep mentioning how weird it is that someone just keeps sending them to the human world and they don't know why or what their intentions are. So between that and the whole Gamamon situation, I'm very curious to see what the fuck is going on. And I'm happy that I am kind of happy that show's ending soon and that we'll finally get some, some payoff for all that. But yeah, been very enjoyable.
That's good.
Yeah. We can move on now.
Okay. Just grab that up. We will move on to our final time talking about the Eminence in Shadow.
Well, final time for now. Season 2 was leaked.
Damn.
So.
Hot damn.
Yeah, that was. Oh, I loved it. That was amazing.
The whole finale. Monday,
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit. This whole stretch of episodes has been phenomenal.
Yeah. Rose killed her dad.
Yeah.
She just killed her dad.
She really didn't have many options in that scenario.
Yeah, it's so fucked. But
Is fucked.
But even her dad was like, "Yeah, I understand. I love you." But oh my god,
It was actually kind of sweet that he said that as his last words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still fucked up though.
Yeah, no, yeah. Perv Asshat is a piece of shit. Which I'm not surprised because his name is Perv Asshat.
Yep. As it turns out, he has a colossal asshat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that big duel in the finale was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, Sid just taking on what was her name again?
Beatrix.
Yeah.
Beatrix and Iris.
Yeah, Beatrix and Iris. That was fantastic. And I love how he just pulls out the crowbars.
Great callback.
Yeah, that's great. And he's just having fun. He's just playing around the entire time. There's not a single second where he takes this fight seriously.
He only gets mad at one point, and that's when Iris accuses him of running away. And he's like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm to unleash my ultimate move.
And then not really.
Well, he did unleash it. He just redirected it upwards, which is why there are no fucking clouds.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just gonna do it for show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, that whole fight was fantastic. It takes place throughout the entire city, and just Shadow showing off a bit.
Yeah. It really is something else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, love the bit of Alpha doing the surround sound voice thing to talk to Rose.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Also, Rose officially joined Shadow Garden
as number 666, no less.
Yeah, hell of a name.
Yeah. Well, all the agents are given number names apparently until they reach a certain level.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see where the show goes from here, because apparently next season's 12 episodes. So I wonder if it's... this season actually only adapted 2 light novels. Can you believe that?
Kind of. But they're jam-packed.
Yeah.
It was all pretty well paced too.
Yeah. I honestly think apparently the third light novel is even more dense than the first two, so that might be just one light novel over 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm assuming that if they chose 12 episodes, and that's just what worked out best for what they're adapting, which I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah. No,
As long as we're
good.
getting more Sid and his shenanigans.
Sid's great.
Sid's
The show would not be the same without Sid.
no, this show only works with him, and he would never acknowledge it, but he's like an amazing protagonist.
Yes.
Even though he tries his best not to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the supporting cast is all pretty good too.
Yeah. I feel sorry for Iris.
Iris just had a really fucked up time.
Yeah.
I don't feel too sorry for her though, because a big chunk of her getting involved in that final duel was just her pride.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing was about pride, but her especially, she did not need to get involved.
Yeah, she really didn't, but I mean, couldn't just stand by, I guess.
Guess not. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the series goes from here. Because
Like
there's been no.
She pulls out the artifact, and he's just like, "Oh, that toy."
Wow, you're using your crutch. How weak. And the funny thing is, like, he had suggested earlier that Sid was relying on an artifact.
Mm-hmm.
Which definitely is not the case.
No, he's just strong. He's literally been waiting his entire life for these moments.
Yeah, he's just built different. Like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is really good.
No, I love this show. It's fantastic. This is the kind of schlock that keeps me going. This is the kind of schlock that reminds me how much I love anime, because it's just
this is absolute anime bullshit.
no, it's my kind of bullshit, and I love it.
Oh, same.
I eat it up with a spoon.
Honestly, if you want, Misfit is of a similar flavor of bullshit.
Yeah, that's kind of what's motivating me to start that soon-ish. So.
It's going to be on hiatus, so you'll have time to catch up too.
Yeah, exactly. So I might just do that, but I have other shit I have to watch first.
Oh, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Still, I'm just curious as to when this will be back, because I want more of this shit.
Yeah, me too.
I do appreciate that there's been set up for what's to come after too.
Yeah.
Helps a lot. Yeah. Just that whole last stretch. I also just love the bit with Anna Rose and her just like, I hope we meet again someday, walks off, and then immediately after Shadow and Beatrix land and destroy the building behind her. Absolutely great.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much good comedic juxtaposition in the show.
Yeah. It knows what it's doing.
It does. It rarely takes itself too seriously, but when it does, it just absolutely slaps.
Yeah. Think we're good to move on, though.
Yep.
Okay. We can move on then to Endo and Kobayashi Live, the latest on Tsundere, Villainess, Lieselotte.
I believe it's Lieselotte. Yes.
He'll get it one day.
You keep correcting me on this.
I know. But yeah, Kaina is fun too, honestly. Like, you have her love interest and her adoptive father / uncle trying to do a whole thing about, I won't let you marry my adopted daughter, or I will I will prove that I am worthy to marry her. And it's like, both of you need to calm the fuck down. It's my decision. Get your testosterone back in your pants. But yeah, the last few episodes have been really neat. There's been a little bit more focus on the real world side of stuff with the titular Endo and Kobayashi deepening their friendship, and also a little bit of exploration into why they are the way that they are, especially Endo and his motivation for joining the broadcasting club. And honestly, this series has a one thing that a lot of isekai type shows lack, which is just like actual meta commentary on visual novels and such, or just like isekai tropes as well. It doesn't lean too much into isekai so much as the visual novel / dating sim type thing, but it is really interesting to have a more meta take on the typical fantasy anime tropes. Yeah, there is also a lot of relationship progress between Sieg and Lieselotte. That goddamn name.
Oh, look who's struggling now.
But yes, there's relationship progress going on, which is nice, and also plot progress, as well as a little bit of interesting stuff with regard to the meta commentary of, hey, this Secret Route God character looks an awful lot like a celebrity. I wonder, did they just fucking steal his likeness without permission, or did he give permission and he just didn't tell anybody? So there's fun little meta commentaries like that. But overall, this show is still very fun. I'm enjoying the growing dynamics between the cast. I especially like the big reveal around Fine's parentage, that she's the illegitimate child of a noble family, and thus technically Lisa's cousin, which is a really neat little revelation, and it results in her and Lisa getting closer and becoming actual friends, which is neat. Yeah, overall, this is a really fun show, even if the visuals aren't always perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a fun time with this one.
Cool.
Good. We can move on then to Farming Life in Another World.
As soon as I saw this screenshot, I knew I had to use it. It's a good doggo, winning at chess.
Wait, how does it move the pieces? With its mouth?
Yeah.
Yep. How else would it move the pieces?
Probably also,
I don't know.
probably also do it with its paws.
Yes. But yeah, I do just find it the very concept of a dog beating a person at any kind of board game to be hilarious.
Hey,
But
dogs
the
can be
fact-
pretty smart.
Oh no, these are smart doggos. These are the smartest of doggos.
Yeah.
Of course they'd win.
I mean, it brings to mind that meme of like,
Yeah.
he doesn't know how I'm winning, but I've been eating the pieces when he's not looking.
Yes. No, this dog won fair and square, which is even funnier. Yeah.
It also brings to mind that Pokemon comic of the three original starters. Can't remember exactly what its name is, but the first one I was introduced to was Charmander losing to Bulbasaur, who is like not bright to to put it nicely, and Charmander's like, maybe he's just really good at games like chess. And Bulbasaur eats a piece and then spits it out because it doesn't taste nice, and and Squirtle is just like, look at this, and it's just it's very funny.
It is.
But yeah.
Yeah. This has been really fun fluff so far. There have been some actual plot developments in the last couple episodes. What with the protagonist killing a wyvern and getting some diplomatic trading going on, some diplomacy and trading going on with nearby I guess you would call them nations or just states. Regardless, he is established his own little town, and he is beginning trade trade relations with his neighbors, basically. So there's that. That's fun. And his village continues to accept more residents as it goes. There's not really much else to say because it's mostly just fantasy slice of life shenanigans. But the continued farm developments have also been fun. They have wine now, which is nice.
Oh, that's important.
Wine is important. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Some people really like having alcohol around, even if they don't drink it regularly. Just having
Now,
the
if I was
option
living
there
on a farm, I'd need to have wine available.
is nice. Same.
But you can have
Yeah,
fresh milk from a variety of animals.
I mean, they do have the milk as well, but wine is also a good trading tool to have, especially when it's high quality. You know.
I guess.
Yeah, this one's been fluffy, fun little show.
Okay. We can move on then to the Fire Hunter.
I wish it was better.
I kind of feel like the show is like hindering itself by switching so much.
Not just that, I feel like the production quality between the two main storylines is also just wildly different.
Well, yeah, because they
like,
don't actually have to do anything especially difficult with Koshi.
No, you're not wrong there, but like all the action segments are just incredibly janky.
Yeah.
Which is just like, look at that fucking dragon. Look at how off model it is.
I don't
we've seen
know.
a couple still shots that show us like how it's supposed to look, and like it looks nothing fucking like that.
I don't know. It kind of feels like it's stylized, but in a bad way.
Yeah, it is very badly stylized, which is my point. It just does not look good.
I mean, what sort of convinced me that it wasn't was the fact that they didn't show the fight at all, or any of the fight at all, which I feel like they would have showed at least a little bit if they were actually just doing like, oh, this is a stylized thing. No, they just didn't show it, which makes me think it's just they can't do it. And they're just throwing so much shit at me, and I don't care.
Episode 4 was like a good 50+% exposition.
Yeah,
just exposition.
I just don't care. I don't care about any of the characters. You haven't given me a reason to care about any of the characters. I care most about Kanata the doggo, just because he's a doggo.
Yeah, exactly. Good boy.
Yeah. And
whereas like there's like only vague hints of shit going on in Koshi's storyline, so it's hard to get invested there. Like it's like maybe the mother is trying to manipulate him into hooking up with her daughter or something like that, maybe. But like that's the extent of the intrigue going on there, and other than that, it's all exposition basically. In Koshi's half of the story.
Yeah.
Like there are only the vaguest hints of any kind of intrigue whatsoever outside of that. Meanwhile, poor Coco's just absolutely getting shafted on dialogue because she has none.
Yeah, she basically just gets shouted at a lot.
Yeah.
That's
it.
It's like, okay, cool, fine.
Yeah, and also just like, oh yeah, one of the brides to be also just gets fucking crushed by the dragon out of nowhere.
I kind of had a feeling something like that was going to happen because she was not keeping up well.
No, I thought so as well, but like,
I mean, I don't care
because she had potential to be an interesting character as opposed to the other two who survived.
I mean, yeah, I don't care because I haven't been given a reason to care about these characters, but like, is the dude from the train that survived one we actually knew before we met up with him, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe he was the guy who was mentoring Toko on how the train works or something. Like
Right.
I think it was like the engineer or some shit. I don't remember exactly.
Right, okay.
I know we met him before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it does bug me that the only one of the brides who actually, we see outright die thus far is the only one who is like not traditionally feminine.
Mm. Meh. I'd have to
I
care.
don't know. This show's just really weak overall.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because it had such a strong impact on its initial premiere with the stylization and the just the world potential it had, and it's just like there's no character to it though.
Mm.
In terms of the actual characters.
Yeah. I just.
What a waste.
Meh. Not that much of a waste, let's be real.
Look, if you have like an original fantasy anime based off of a straight up novel, that's potential there. Plus, it's Mamoru Oshii who did stuff like Ghost of the Shell way back when.
Yeah, way back
You can't say
when.
there's no potential there.
Like, I seem to remember that this dude has, like, a somewhat iffy track record.
No, you're not wrong there. I'll have
Like,
to look him up real quick.
yeah.
But
Yeah, the Vladlov guy. Yeah,
oh yeah,
Vladlov guy. He did the script for episode 4 and 10 of Lupin the Third Part 6. I seem to recall not liking episode 4 that much.
ooh,
I can't remember exactly. I'd have to check on High Dive to see which one exactly that is. But I'm fairly sure that that's one that I was like, okay, that one's not great. Let's have a quick look. Episode 4.
okay, so
That's
he
right.
did
That was the
Pat
killer.
Labor,
That was the
Vlad Love,
episode 4
Lupin.
of Lupin the Third Part 6 was the Killers in the Diner one. The one that was based on the Ernest Hemingway story.
That wasn't too bad, honestly. It was just very weird. And if you're up for weird stuff, there's nothing wrong with it, but yeah.
The show did.
He's done a lot of stuff of varying quality over the years.
Oh wow, he also did the fucking yeah, he just did the 2 weirdest episodes of Lupin the Third, Part 6.
I mean, you have to think that Mamoru Oshii is just a weird dude.
Because episode 10 was the one with the devil bird.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, that weird one.
Yeah, he's done some weird shit. Oh, he did Angel's Egg. Which, is apparently a very surreal one. Oh, and Blood Plus. That makes sense. Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I began to believe that Mamoru Oshii is just a weird ass dude.
I mean, have you seen Ghost in the Shell? Ghost in the Shell is pretty weird.
Not wrong.
Anyway, I have nothing left to say about this show. I'm dropping it.
Oh, as am I.
That's a shame.
It is unfortunate, but it's just really fucking boring at this point.
Yeah, I heard it had some promise at the start, so...
It had promise at the start, but it did not live up to that promise, which is the main issue.
So the thing I'm most interested in is the Fire Hunters themselves, but because they can't animate action, we're never going to get to actually see much of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, instead we just get to see Toko running away and Koshi researching shit.
Mm-hmm. Apparently there's a new Fire Hunter introduced in episode 5, but I checked out at that point. I didn't even... So, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Regardless, we can move on to a different fantasy anime.
Moving on, then, to... Giant Beasts of Ars.
This one is neat, but I am kind of like in like I am debating dropping this one as well. Because on the one hand, the world has a lot of potential to be really neat, and I do like the characters well enough. It's just like I have no idea where the fuck the plot is going. Like the story is kind of just all over the place. It's just like a vague journey type thing, and I don't know what like the goal of this journey is beyond going somewhere. And it's like, please tell me you have more than that. I need to know like if there's like a goal or an endpoint here. Like I do like some of the character designs, and I do like the pattern of naming that a lot of characters use. It's basically like give a name, the title, basically. So you got Zen the Decrepit, who's an old dude who is still a pretty fucking badass. Or you got Jiro the Already Dead, who is the male lead. Yeah, I do think that there's some interesting world building elements here. It's just the narrative is very directionless, you know. And that might change in the next episode. I haven't watched episode 7 yet. I'm gonna try to do that and see if that changes my mind at all. And if it does, that's good. But the main issue is like the lack of narrative thrust in this one.
How likely do you think it is that's gonna change?
I give it 30%. I'll let you know in the next check-in if it changed. I'll watch episode 7, and if I decide to drop it, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Still, it's not a bad show by any means. It's just I am bothered quite a bit by the lack of serious narrative thrust to this one.
That definitely happens sometimes.
Yeah. I don't have an issue with lack of narrative in like more slice of life based shows or fluffy stuff, but this is like supposed to be like this high fantasy series, and it doesn't have a serious plot to speak of thus far.
Yeah, it doesn't have like a driving force to it.
Yeah, the driving force to it is either non-existent or it's very all over the place.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure which.
Okay.
Yeah, it has the potential to improve on that. There have been like whole background elements established to like, hey, this might be narrative thrust. Oh, hey, this might have narrative potential consequences and shit. I don't know. Maybe it'll pay off, but I'll have to watch the next episode to find out.
Okay, moving on then to High Card. This has still been pretty fun.
Yeah.
This is a fun time. This is some bullshit sometimes.
Well, except for when that guy got his head like twisted.
Oh yeah, that was
fucked up.
That
That is also some Kingsman shit, because Kingsman had some brutal kills.
I'm like,
yeah, don't fuck with the Klondikes.
Yeah, I'm a little confused that guy just did it in front of all those socialites. Like, okay.
Yeah, how is he able to do that without like, you know?
I mean, clearly.
No idea.
Clearly, he has, you know, at least one member of the police in his pocket, and young Greg, who seems to be one of the more senior members of this squad, is like,
I forgot you still call him young Greg.
I'm not touching that shit.
Other people call him by his call him young. So
yeah, they call him by his first name.
But yeah, well, one of his underlings does have telekinesis as her power, it looks like, so...
Yeah.
But speaking of which, telekinesis is a fucking broken-ass power.
Yeah,
and it's used in broken-ass ways in this show.
I have a feeling that's probably going to be one of the higher-up cards.
We still have not seen a single face card besides the Ace of Spades.
And that one was... It seems weird that one is an ace, like... Love and Peace was...
it is pretty clearly shown to be a very strong weapon. So it looks like each of the card suits follows a rule. All the spades are weapons that are summoned by the card. All the clubs are element-based ones. All the heart ones are based on enhancing your body in some way. And all the diamonds are the weird grab bag powers.
Okay, I had not I'd not.
So like
twigged that one.
paramecia.
Yes, exactly.
I had not twigged
Because
that
you
one.
have Leo's ability to pay money to generate stuff, and then you have the luck based ability of the 10 of diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's a consistent theme to the diamonds beyond maybe manipulating objects or something.
Hmm.
But everything else, every other shoot has a consistent theme to it.
I didn't even notice that, but that's a good point.
So
Yeah, all the clubs are elements. We've seen 3 elemental powers so far. We don't know what King's Underling's ability is what his card is exactly, but he has electricity.
Yeah.
That would imply he's a club's carrier.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point that I did not twig on.
The Ace of Spades carrying a supernaturally powerful katana that just turns the wielder into a juggernaut. It's pretty busted by weapon standards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Problem is, you can't control it that well because
Psychotic juggernaut. Yeah.
Yeah. Good match for the immortal there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She had fun with him.
I do like how they were kind of just treating her as an unruly child. Like, hi, love and peace. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Please don't kill anybody.
I mean, there's a reason they sent Chris to fight her hand to hand. Because he's the only one who can't fucking die.
Yeah, and I did quite like the way Finn just shot 3 bullets in a fucking line to get rid of the sword. Like that was.
Also, we do have an explanation for why Finn's card is so weak. It's because it's a 2.
Yeah,
and the 2s are the weakest.
We covered that last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, episode 4 had maybe my favorite gag of the show so far, which was.
Was it the one where Finn just runs out of the car and it just comes back and he's still waiting?
Yeah, the dude's still waiting in the fucking car. Like, wow, he must have some serious stomach issues. It's like, Jesus Christ, come on.
That was great.
Oh god, that made me laugh so much.
Yeah. And also, I trust you took that screenshot of King with a line, right, Bill?
Oh yeah, definitely. There you go.
He's kind of based for that.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Professionals have standards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, get Blist in here so we can do a press conference. Blist is out on a personal day. That's right, it's his kid's parents' day. Well, can't mess with that. He asked for that day off in advance. He's fine.
Honestly, be based.
Yeah. King isn't all bad.
Look,
he respects his employees.
Again, professionals have standards.
Yeah.
So what I will say is, I kind of think that episode 5 and 6 should have been swapped around.
Yeah.
Probably.
I actually do kind of agree there.
Because episode 5...
Episode 6 was the heist one, right?
Yeah. Episode 5 set up a more, like, serious tone, and then they just went into wacky heist shenanigans in episode 6.
Yeah, episode 6 is mostly just fun. Episode 5 is largely very serious.
Which, I don't mind the heist shenanigans. It's just a weird, weird switch.
Well, I think the episode, episode 6 should have been first because it would have also established the Klondike lady's power ahead of time as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that was sort of meant to be a surprise. To be fair, but
again, telekinesis is busted as fuck, and I don't know why so many series don't seem to understand that.
I imagine that there's got to be some sort of limit to it, because otherwise, yeah, it's just fucking unbeatable. But
Yeah,
we'll see what it is.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's too much more to say.
I will say it's very funny that Wendy is an absolute disaster of a person, and yet she's still probably the strongest fighter in the group.
Yeah.
Just the most disaster person in all of High Card.
Yeah. She's very fun though.
Oh, she is very fun.
Yeah, no, this show's show overall is very fun.
It's great.
Also,
Yeah.
I loved young Greg just fucking ripping the shit out of Bobby Ball, knowing he couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that was great.
That was also great.
Fuck you, Bobby.
Yeah,
What
Bobby's
an
an asshole. Also, poor Cher. She just did not have a fun time.
No.
Yeah. I feel sorry for her, but at the same time, it's like you shouldn't have dug your nose too deep there. They warned you. They.
She fucked around and she found out.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, this is not like outstanding, but this is still pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's dumb fun. I wouldn't expect anything more or less from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes from here.
Mm-hmm.
As am I.
But we should move on to our next show, which is The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague.
Not gonna lie, this one's a really nice, chill show.
Boo.
Chill?
Boo.
Yeah, that's really sweet. I do like the dynamics between the main characters. They've all built up a really fun banter with each other. Plus, Fuyusuki is just absolutely adorable. You can just see her in her little vampire costume right there in the screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the whole group dynamic is really fun, and the characters are just really sweet with one another. I do appreciate. Excuse me. Oh my. I do appreciate that the show is taking time to build the relationships between the main cast as well. Overall, it's just a very sweet, lighthearted show, and not really much else to say about it other than the way that they incorporate like the little mythical powers is really fun.
Cool.
Not usually much else beyond the Himuro just like making little snowmen, cute little snowmen, or causing an accidental blizzard, or completely freezing himself in a block of ice out of sheer embarrassment. But it's funny. It's fun.
That's cool. That's pretty. It sounds pretty chill.
Yeah, no, it is very chill vibes. You know.
Yeah. Nice, nice frosty takes here.
Nice cold takes. Okay, we're done with the puns now.
Yeah.
Are you done with the show?
Yeah, there's not much else to say. This is a very fun slice of life office romance. It is nice that it is like actual adults in this one, as opposed to like the 999,999 high school or middle school romances.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I'll be talking more on that later on. And honestly, could probably get away with talking about it next, because up next is Inspector Season 2.
This season's been really strong, honestly.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I mean, I enjoy the show in general anyway, but
Yeah.
like I definitely think this has been a good follow up. So we got the end of the Yuki Onna stuff.
Yuki Onna is great, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, I I just love the journey that like Masayuki goes on throughout that entire discussion with Kotoko,
Mm-hmm.
because he does not know how to react at all.
No, he really doesn't. It's hard to blame him though,
Yeah.
because Kotoko is something else.
Mm.
Yeah, I do like that. It turns out that she was setting up that whole thing just so Yukiona would actually defend Masayuki
Mm.
and actually get the relationship on track.
Yeah. No, I thought it was very interesting how she Yukiona clearly asked Kotoko to save Masayuki, and Kotoko took that as not just helping him with this whole murder thing, got to actually save him. It sounds trite, but save his soul as well.
Mm-hmm. And it turns out that was unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
And Kotoko just takes the opportunity to say, "Hey, hook up. Just be sure to use protection."
Yeah. I did also like that they did actually bring up the fact that, hey, this relationship probably is definitely not going to last forever, because obviously Yukiona, I don't know, probably not immortal, but a lot longer.
They are much more long-lived than humans, at the
Yeah.
very least.
And even then, they might split up even before Masayuki dies. But the point is that he wants to enjoy what he has with this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a Rika episode,
Which was interesting. Doesn't show that Rika isn't all that like super awful. She's just really fucking hates Kotoko.
Mm. I mean, kind of fair.
Kotoko is not the most personable person all the time, to be fair.
Takes some time to get used to her.
Mm-hmm.
But Rika does walk off getting truck-cooned, so...
Yeah. Apparently she deliberately got truck-cooned so she could pick the winning racehorses.
Yeah. No, that definitely
But you know what? Pretty smart use of the power.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, I also liked the manager and his girlfriend. Like they were fun one-offs. Especially when they first met Kuro and Kotoko, and they were just like both like, huh, this girl doesn't seem too bad, and then like fucking Kotoko
within 2 minutes of meeting Kotoko.
Kotoko first hits Kuro and then starts talking about him, like genuinely talking about him eating her out to get sake. Like, it's just like, okay, that conversation could have waited until you were in private.
Kotoko is just so goddamn lewd.
She just doesn't have a filter.
At all, no.
And she's just, I assume it's just like she's so used to talking with like spirits that don't give a shit about this.
Mm-hmm.
That she doesn't really turn it off for regular people. And yeah, in this case, that was a bad thing. And then episode 18, we get introduced to Tai, who is also pretty fucking great.
Yeah, I like her. She's great.
And yeah, another interesting story, interesting antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
But again, yeah, the show does do like dynamics and chemistry really well. So obviously we've got Kotoko and Kuro. This season we've had Masayuki and Yukiona. Now we've got Tai in the Bakineko.
Yeah. I feel like this season is working a lot better because it hasn't been focused on like this one single case that's all mind games and shit.
I also,
Which is,
I also think it's working better because you're actually allowing Kotoko and Kuro to actually get on. Like, they've still got their like bickering to them, but there's no third party making things worse, and it is actually clear that Kuro and Kotoko actually do like each other. Kuro genuinely does like Kotoko. He just get exasperated with her, which again, fair, very
understandable.
fair,
She
very
is a lot. She is a lot.
Yeah. And again, I said right at the start, or right before we started talking about this, they are adults. Like, Kotoko's lewdness would be a lot worse if she weren't an actual adult, and Kuro wasn't an adult,
and
like legit, they are having sex. We know they're having sex. There's no way Kotoko would accept otherwise, frankly.
Yes.
And
you know what? Good for them.
Yeah.
Also, I do appreciate having an older woman as a protagonist in an episode.
Yeah.
It is great.
Yeah. I also love how she was imagining Kotoko, and then she gets introduced to her, just like, what?
To be fair,
you're normal.
Kotoko is not the kind of person you expect from what she would be described as.
Yeah. But yeah, again, the series has a good sense of humor when it wants to use it as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm enjoying this. The show is good. I mean, it's never like spectacular, but it's always an enjoyable time. But speaking of enjoyable times, we move on to Ippon Again.
So the show isn't as enjoyable?
No, the show's very enjoyable.
Okay, good.
So we've had the first tournament where they won the first match and then faced off against Kasumi Gaoka, which had Toa's rival on it, which was really good because Toa won her match, but made up with Erika, her rival. That was really nice because throughout the fight we got throughout the last part of the fight we got basically series of flashbacks, and voiceovers of both of them going, look, we both fucked up on this one. Erika was like, yeah, I was wrong to blame Toa for my shortcomings. And I do want to apologize for that. And Toa was feeling bad because she basically let Erika's reaction to her beating her get to her in the subsequent fights or subsequent matches, and did badly. So there was some guilt there. But yeah, and then we get the decider, which was Michi versus girl called Ami, and Michi actually managed to get ahead, and then stayed aggressive and ended up losing at literally like the last second. And everyone's like, she should have gone on the defensive, but she wouldn't be Michi if she had. Like, it would have been very out of character for her to do so. So yeah, we've had that first tournament. It was good. And then after that, we've very much focused on Anna basically being jealous of both the camaraderie of the judo club and feeling very sad because it very much establishes how close of a friendship Anna and Michi have. Like, they are childhood friends, and Anna just really wants to spend more time with Michi, which, yes, does sound a little gay.
So speaking of which, on a scale from 1 to 10, how gay is this show? Because it's a sports show after all.
Yeah. With the honor stuff, I'd give it a solid 5 or 6. Like, I don't think the show is definitely not leaning into it as much as, say, Blue Lock is. But there are elements there that you would go, this seems suspicious. This seems suspiciously sapphic. But yeah, Anna has decided to quit kendo, and she's joined the judo club now. So, but quite interestingly, the teacher Natsume has said that they can't let Anna compete at the next tournament because it's too soon for her. I will be remaining gender neutral on the teacher because I'm still not fucking sure. I still have absolutely no idea. I've seen some people say guy and some people say girl, so I really don't know. But we're about to get introduced to a senpai, so that's gonna be fun.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, this show's been really good. I've been really enjoying the show. But we can move on to Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, Season 4, Part 2, aka Danmachi.
They're having a fun time.
Yeah, no, they're bonding. Nice to see Weenie again.
Winnie was great. Winnie's
Yeah.
great. I love her so much.
Yeah. And the Xenos.
Mm-hmm.
Glad we got payoff for that quickly.
So,
Yep.
is it... You say it's a fun time, but 2 of the screenshots Jack provided were of Belle looking very injured and, I think, poisoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got shot in the arm by a poison dart. Luckily, he had a knife that sucked out poison, but still not having a fun time.
Yeah.
That seems like an oddly specific ability for a knife.
Well, it was made out of a unicorn horn, and unicorn horns are purified poison, so...
Yeah.
Fair.
So it's more or less made with that sort of thing in mind.
Yeah.
How about made with that in mind, but it was an extra bit of utility for the knife.
Yeah. Also, forges a broken sword, and by broken, it's the good kind of broken, not like
As in busted as fuck.
Yeah, magic sword that just doesn't fucking break and can just make infinite flames.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good because they kind of need it to get the fuck out of there.
Oh, if you didn't know this, Mill, in this setting, most magic swords break after 1 to 3 uses.
Right.
Yeah.
In this case, Welf's sword does not break. Period. And he's used it at least a dozen times so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only downside is that it tires him out.
Oh yeah.
As it should. Also, Belle and Ryu get to bond a little bit, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. I love that Ryu is just weary about accidentally getting an indirect kiss from Belle.
Yeah.
Of all things. Fucking Ryu.
Yeah.
You'd think she'd be more mature than that.
Yeah. Wait, what were they drinking again? It was something kind of disgusting. What?
It was some sort of elixir, I think, to shore up their stamina, I think? I don't know. I just found it funny that she hesitated the moment Belle mentioned both of them drinking from the same cup. She didn't drink.
She's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I gotta conserve water. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, looks at Ryu's past via flashbacks, and those are already looking fun.
No one's died yet, so that's good.
It's gonna happen at some point, and you know it.
No, it'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah. It's not like we know for a fact that they're already all dead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bell and Ryu making progress in the dungeon. Bell's getting stronger, which, yeah, I kind of expected that. He kind of has to, or he's gonna fucking die.
Anything else for Danmachi?
Oh, the rescue party also arrived to
With their stupid cat puns. God, it's every other freaking sentence.
Yep. But yeah, that party also arrived at the same level as the rest of the group.
Mhm.
So literally the only groups that aren't together at this point are the main group, and Bell and Ryu are isolated alone down like I think like 12 levels or so below everyone else.
Yeah.
10 to 12 levels below everyone else, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. No significant suffering yet.
Okay then.
Yep.
Yeah. We can move on to Kaina of the Great Snow Sea. Yeah, I just.
The show is in. Huh? Go for it.
I just very much struggling to care.
The characters are on the thin side, yeah.
Like, look, I'm very glad to have gotten some Murase, because that was really nice. But like, not even that could. I just, as I said, I just really couldn't really. Kaina's not interesting enough.
Kind of is probably the least interesting part of the show at this point, yeah.
To be carrying the show. He's not interesting enough.
Mm-hmm.
The
world is neat, and Rira has become progressively more interesting with each episode, but
somewhat so, yeah. Honestly, I'm more interested in the Valky in general.
Oh yeah, he's interesting.
Oh, not even him. The I can't remember what her actual name is.
Lady general.
The lady general. I've got her name down in my summary as Amothali, but I don't think it's that.
Something like that, yeah.
We'll just call her Ammo. Like Ammo. Let's call her Ammo, because I'm fairly sure that bit is right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's interesting.
Yeah, she's really fucking cool. But like, as I said,
you don't think it's enough to carry the show for you, though?
No, not really. I'm trying to be more.
That's unfortunate.
I'm trying to be more like
discerning.
Discerning, yeah. Like, I can't just watch a show just because I'm like, it's not doing anything objectionable. I have to be like, look, if I'm not actually actively enjoying this, I'm gonna have to drop it, because I don't have time to watch every show that doesn't actively offend me.
That is completely fair.
And yeah, like, what I will say is, it is nothing to do with the animation, because the animation just is really good. Like, it's 3D, but it's genuinely good. I really like it. Amelethy, that's what the general's name is.
I knew there was an A, and a Th in there.
Yeah. That reminds me, yeah, episode 5 really liked Ririha trying to bullshit her way past Amelethy. And Amelethy just like, no, not buying this.
Almost worked, but not quite. You have to do that on someone dumber.
Yeah, it's a nice try, but it's not working on me. But yeah, I'm just not interested enough. Again, I'm gonna I'm probably gonna wait to. I'm gonna try and wait to see what the reaction is to episode 6. Have you watched episode 6, Jack?
Yes, I have.
What was it like? What like?
It was interesting. Riraha gets some interesting stuff to do,
Right.
and kind of is actually useful.
It's not that I doubt his usefulness. I doubt his ability to be interesting.
I can't really tell that for you because I don't know how you would gauge him being interesting.
Yeah. Do you find him interesting?
I find him passable.
That's barely an answer.
I don't mind him. I don't think he's super boring or anything, but he's not like going to blow my mind with how fascinating he is or anything. He's not like a Shakespearean character on level of, say, Ocelot or some shit. He's not super deep or complex to my knowledge.
I mean, I don't need him to be something like that. I just need there to be something within him that I can latch onto. And I just don't feel like I'm getting that.
I get that, honestly.
And I just don't feel like I'm getting that for a lot of the cast. As I said, the 3 characters that I can latch onto, one is because he's voiced by Murase.
Mm-hmm.
The other was because Ririha was pretty badass in episode 4, and then she got locked in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
And the third,
she still does some stuff in episode 6, which I think is worthwhile.
Yeah. And then the third is Amelethy, which, she seems cool, and then, she sort of got pushed to the side a little bit when the Valiant Admiral came in. Who is
Admiral Dude is kind of fucking nuts.
Yeah. Sort of interesting, but not enough, really.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just can't see myself again, another test is, if I think about if I didn't watch another episode of this, how would I feel about that? And I just don't feel compelled to go, I would feel bad if I didn't watch more of this. I just don't. I don't feel anything about if I was not to watch any of this again. It's but yeah, it is what it is. As I said, I definitely appreciate the animation. I think the animation is really good. Maybe not animation of the season quality, but it's definitely good. Yeah, that's all I've got for Kaina.
Yep.
Unless you have anything else, we can move on.
Nope, nothing else to say, really.
Alright. We will move on then to Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible.
And this is another victim of COVID that is going on hiatus at this point.
Yep. Unfortunate, but we got a few episodes.
It is unfortunate. Mm-hmm. At least we got enough to get us to the halfway point before it went on hiatus.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that might actually be more frustrating because now we have to wait.
Yeah. But yeah, this has been cute fun. Kubo's sister continues to be my favorite character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kubo's sister is fun.
Yeah. Oh, also, Seita is adorable and precious and must be protected.
Sweet, sweet, precious child.
He's so cute. And he was doing the little transformation thing, and he's like that, and Junta's like, no, you have to do it like this. Henshin. Adorable.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Also, love Kubo taking a video of the brothers doing that.
Yeah, as
They are precious.
nah, that's not embarrassing. That's just cute. That's just brotherly bonding.
Mm-hmm.
No one would make fun of you if they saw that. Well, maybe they would a little bit, but still, that's just cute. But yeah,
I think
it's
you
cute.
underestimate the ability of teenagers to make fun of something.
Yeah. It's
Like,
true, but
they they are like sharks. If they smell blood in the water, they go for it.
thing is, they wouldn't make fun. They wouldn't make fun of Junta because he's invisible to most of them. So
Yeah, that's fair. But the people who do know him, they're gonna rip the shit out of him.
yeah, which is unfortunately the entire Kubo bloodline.
Yep. At this point,
Notable teasers.
one and all.
Yeah.
So to be fair, mostly the sisters, rather their cousin isn't as much of a teaser.
No, she will be.
She definitely will be,
I
but
think
not
so.
yet. He has to grow into it.
Yeah. Also, Kubo actually realizing that she does have feelings for Junta.
Mm-hmm.
Took you
I
this
love her
long.
her friends teasing her over it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Show's cute. Shame that it's going on hold, but do what you gotta do.
Yep.
To be fair,
I'd rather they put it on hold and have time to work on the production issues than try to force it and just collapse the production all overall.
Yeah.
but yeah, to be fair, manga's available.
Yeah, the manga is right there.
That's true.
Yeah. The anime's fun though. I really like Hanazawa as Nagisa. She's very good.
He is.
Okay.
And then
this is
and then Kengo Kawanishi's mob-like energy.
Yeah, he certainly brings that mob impression.
Yeah. But I think we can move on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Moving on then to, it's a long title, The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady.
Long title? No, of course not.
I think, just based on sheer length on the Google Doc, it's longer than any other title
I know.
that we've still got. Also, I love the sheer, done energy that this screenshot radiates.
Yeah. Because I thought it was like, oh hey, this will be perfect. Bill will like this.
No, I
I'm
did.
sure.
I did like that one. Yeah, I was very much. I did chuckle upon seeing it.
Ilya is a fun character.
No, she's fantastic. She's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's not leave out our main duo because they're also great.
Who? I'm kidding. No, they're great.
Yeah, the last few episodes have been really fun.
No one told me there'd be vampires in this show.
No one told me there'd be dragons in this show.
Well, I mean, fantasy world. Okay, yeah, sure. Of course, there'll be dragons, but vampires.
No, that I get that.
Magic vampires.
Magic vampires are fucking awesome, though.
Yeah.
When they're done right.
Yeah.
Still, honest, getting to slay a fucking dragon was rad as hell.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What was also fun was just the whole, oh hey, I feel kind of bad for slaying you. And he's like, oh, here, have a curse then.
Which I don't think we really fully know what that was yet.
No, we don't.
The dragon
But
granted
he got a
her
cool
some sort of
dragon tattoo.
knowledge.
Yeah. He gets a cool dragon tattoo out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still
let's
don't
hope
know
she
the
doesn't.
ramifications yet.
Yeah, let's hope she doesn't become his dragon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we also get hints that, hey, the prince is doing some sketchy shit. Like, it was
Yeah.
pretty clear before, but, like, oh, dang, he's up to some sketchy shit.
Yeah. And poor Lainey, turns out she has basically a curse of her own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's just been a pawn in this whole political game, too.
Yeah. Uh, she's a freaking vampire.
Yeah.
How
She's a
did that
vampire.
happen? How did like how did she not know that she came from a vampire?
Sure, it's implied to be very far up her lineage.
Yeah, but still, it's like that hasn't been realized before now.
It was recessive gene, and, I don't know. But what I do know is that, she is just not having a good time, and she didn't realize that, she accidentally makes everyone, sympathize with her just by being stressed out.
Yeah. I do like. It's rather interesting how a side effect of teaching her to control her ability has made her more vampire-like.
Mm-hmm. But hey, Ilya's a bro. She lets her have a sip.
Yeah.
Gives her some sip. Yeah. Also, I love that Tilty is unaffected by the power because she doesn't give a fuck about anybody.
Yeah.
She's just that asshole. It's great.
Tilty's fun.
I just like the main cast in this show. It's
No,
really
that's a great cast.
Yeah.
Yuffie slowly finding her place
Mhm.
alongside Annis here.
I love Yuffie just exploiting the nobles and their love for money by saying, "Hey, this cool invention that definitely won't make things easier for commoners. No siree. Will also make you rich as hell. So why don't you just put your support behind
Yeah.
it?" Absolutely taking advantage of them being greedy assholes.
Yeah. But hey, if it gets it done, it gets it done.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, I love that one asshole just seething and molding in the corner because he can't say shit to countermand her. It's like, fuck. She's thought of all the points I was going to make. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm really loving this show.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Now I guess we just need to see what flying machines. They're making flying machines.
Oh yeah, those will definitely be fun.
Yeah.
Nothing could possibly go wrong with those. No siree.
No, I definitely didn't see that with the flying broom earlier.
To be fair, they are designed to be safer than the flying broom.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Great show. Looking forward to seeing where things go from here. Want to find out what the fuck that brother is up to.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can move on.
Yep.
Okay. Moving on then to Malevolent Spirits Mononogatari. This show continues to
No.
This show continues to actually be pretty good.
Okay, cool.
That fucking face. Oh my god.
Okay, so yeah. So start of episode 4. The all the Nagatsuki Tsukumogam Mogami are like really serious. Like, okay, we've got to tell Hyoma something, and then they show him to a room, and it's like, so your grandfather, we did give your grandfather a condition for letting you stay here, and he agreed. And that condition was, we get to appraise you as a potential romantic partner because they are, the whole point of Mogami are they're like spirits that imbue objects, and they imbued, basically like, a wedding dowry set or something like that. So they're constantly looking for, potential romantic partners for Botan, and they've been doing it for a while. And it's just, and like Hyoma does not react, and they even note like, wow, that was strangely calm. And then as soon as he gets outside, he just starts panicking the fuck out, like, oh my god, what the hell is going on right now? He then asks his granddad, hey, why did you agree to this? Like, thinking, and he goes, it's probably as a test of my mental fortitude, right? And the grandfather goes, nah, I just thought, you're over 20 now, you need a girlfriend. And Hyoma just hangs up on him mid-sentence. Oh god.
You need to get laid, son.
Yeah. After that though, we start getting into more world building, especially to do with Botan. Because as it turns out, Botan's whole deal is, as I said, Mogami are spirits that have possessed objects. Botan is the result of somebody deciding, what would happen if we stuck a spirit in a person? And as a result, both the humans and the Mogami are like, this person has the potential to be super powerful. So we're gonna keep her, neutral, not on either side. And then they got very concerned that that Hyoma was suddenly introduced into the household because they thought that it meant that Zohei was, making a move on Botan. We get introduced to I can't remember what the exact name was, but one of the I think 3 strongest Mogami, Kai, who's basically been trapped, but as a condition of his imprisonment, he gets to decide, like, gets to request or order people to basically spend time with him, and entertain him. And he requests Haori, Kushige, and Zohei, Hyoma's granddad. And basically, it's not even a case of like wanting to fight them. He just forces them to drink constantly. And Haori and Zohei manage to escape in episode 6, but Kushige's still there. We get a little scene of him trying to get up and Kai just pushing him back down, and he just goes, oh no. I mean, again, he doesn't make any sound because he doesn't have a voice actor, but he just looks so down, and it's so funny. It's so sad for him. But yeah, episode 6 was probably the closest, even with episode 4's whole, oh hey, we're praising you as a potential, like, husband for Botan. Episode 6 was probably the closest I'd say they got to hinting at the romance, because Haori basically goes through Botan's backstory to Hyoma and asks him basically if you want to leave now that you know this, now that you're probably gonna, get into more trouble with both the humans and the Mogami about this. And he's like, nah, even if I wasn't gonna, get kicked out of my order if I left, I want to protect her. And he also is like, he's also impressed that she managed to survive, because she basically got isolated as a kid, because she's constantly being watched by Tsukumogami to see if she's, see if the spirit inside of her is going to awaken and, pick one side or the other. And kids can apparently see Tsukumogami, which, made things very awkward when she was a kid, because, she's being followed around by a lot of creepy-looking people, and a lot of creepy-looking things. So yeah, she was very isolated, and Shoba is just impressed that she managed to, came out of it the other side, still able to be happy. There's also, again, showing off how fucking dumb and straightforward Hyoma is. He basically got attacked by a pair of Tsukumogami in episode 5, wanting to know why he'd entered the Nagatsuki household, and had hinted at Botan's whole deal. So start of episode 6, he just walks up to Botan and goes, "Hey, we should go out so I can learn more about you." And, like, fortunately / unfortunately, Botan is incredibly sleep deprived because she has an essay to hand in, so she just palm strikes him in the chest and runs to hand it in without answering, and he's just like, "What happened? Why did you do that? Ow." Oh god. This show has a really good sense of humor. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, no, I'm genuinely enjoying the show, and this is another one where the two characters, with the potential to enter a romantic relationship, are adults. Like they're both, I think, like 20 or 21. Like Botan is in university.
Neat.
So yeah, I didn't think I'd enjoy the show this much, but I am. So I'm very happy that it's turned out to be this good. Oh yeah, I forgot I forgot about the other screenshot I had of Hyoma pouting. Because as I said, he got beaten up by two Tsukumogami, until you basically arrived and run them off, and Hyoma was just like, "I could have beaten them. I was about to come up with a plan to beat them. You didn't need to interfere." Yeah, as I said, this show's got a genuinely pretty good sense of humor. But yeah, we should move on to just get the name up. The Misfit of Demon Academy Season 2.
Yet another victim of COVID hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a damn shame because it stopped at a point where it's like, oh hey, shit's about to get crazy. Because time travel has been introduced. Because of course Autos can time travel. The man just does not know the meaning of the word impossible. Actually, no, he does know the meaning of the word impossible. That's why he laughs in the face of the impossible. Because it doesn't apply to him. He's like if you took the overpowered protagonist of every isekai, played them obscenely straight, and then made sure that everyone else is so absolutely baffled by his overpowered antics that loops back around to funny. But yeah, there's been some interesting developments in this part of the story so far, not least of which is the time travel shit going on. And so, Nmbr, you said you are planning to potentially watch this soon, right?
Yeah. I don't mind if you spoil anything, though.
Okay, then. So they're going back in time to trace the origins of the imposter demon king, Avos. No relation.
I was gonna ask, is there a relation there?
No, Avos is literally a fake demon king manufactured to basically allow Anos to reincarnate peacefully.
Mm.
But yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. Whether they've gone back to the past, Samurai Jack, and to investigate, because why look for witnesses to something that happened 2,000 years ago when you can just see it for yourself, you know? Cut out the middleman, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am half convinced that this will just become some stable time loop shit. It would not be surprising to me, at the very least, if it did turn into a stable time loop. But I am not sure how they're going to handle the details of the time travel since they just got to the past and are making at least something of an effort to not stand out too much. I'd say that even though every single member of the party is overpowered as fuck.
As they probably should be.
Yes. Yeah, I'm enjoying this one. This is just a fun time.
Good.
And this is just the exact kind of ludicrous shenanigans I enjoy getting from Eminence and Shadow as well. Which it makes me doubly sad that it's on hiatus now.
And BOFURI.
Yeah.
See,
it is possible to play the overpowered protagonist straight, so long as you know what you're doing and you can adjust the tone accordingly.
Yeah.
You just gotta know when to take the piss and when to play it seriously, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to actually play it seriously at some points as well. Like you've actually got to play it seriously. You can't just play it for comedy.
Well, yes, exactly. That's what all three of the shows plus One Punch Man do pretty well. They do a nice balance of playing the overpoweredness for laughs and also playing it seriously.
My point is a lot of shows with an overpowered protagonist either do one or the other, and
they don't know how to balance tones. This show does pretty damn well with balancing tones, because again, the one weakness that Anos has is that is the Superman weakness. He can't be everywhere. So if he's separated from his allies are on their own, and they can't rely on him. They're still strong in their own right, but they have more challenge than he does.
Yeah.
So that makes for some actual engaging storytelling. Yeah, this is a very good show. I cannot recommend it enough.
Good.
And bonus points for you, from your perspective, Mel, it's not an isekai.
I'll give it that. Is there anything else?
We can move on.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. Moving on then to My Hero Academia Season 6. We're at Grungy Deku stage.
Vigilante Deku, woohoo!
I love this shot so much. That moment's so cool.
It's great.
It's a really good way to show how Izuku has progressed.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it's just... Oh, this is one of the best ways to showcase character progression, by the way, rather than just resorting to power levels. It's just, hey, let's bring out this old rival/antagonist from way back when who really pushed the hero to their limits and show how much they outclass the old enemy now.
I think it also says a lot that instead of, screaming Detroit Smash like he normally does, he says it pretty calmly this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's calm, he's got a plan, and he's following it through.
Yeah.
It's also just extra satisfying to see Muscular get curb stomped because he's such an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, when I read it in the manga, I didn't expect the scene to be during the day, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it is surprising.
No, this entire part of the manga, I feel like just fits the night better, but
Yeah.
I feel like it was perpetually night.
I do appreciate this part at least being during the day. The next part is at night, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just feel like
Gantz is fun at night.
Yeah, I just feel like all of the grungy Deku stuff was at night.
Yeah, no, cause like when you see his edgy ass outfit like in the daytime, it's like okay.
To be fair, he's shrouded in mist and smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just something I noted when I looked at the screenshot. Like, wow, it's actually daytime. Cool. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. So Vigilante Deku arc is in full swing, and we're getting we just started the Lady Nagant fight in today's episode,
Yep.
which is one of my favorite fights in the manga. Actually,
It's pretty cool.
it is a pretty neat fight,
Mm.
and there's no real power scaling bullshit in it either. It's actual technique versus technique, which is neat.
Yeah.
More shonen could learn from that kind of thing, where it's like, hey, who is the best at using their abilities to their best advantage, a la JoJo, rather than who's best at screaming the loudest and punching the hardest, a la Dragon Ball. Because that has its place, but that place is 9 times out of 10 just Dragon Ball.
Yeah. But no, good fun. Something else I wanted to mention.
Oh, All Might made a bento for Deku.
No, yeah, that was sweet.
All Might's such a dad.
Yeah.
He is.
Dad Might.
More of a dad than Deku's actual dad, wherever the fuck he is.
Nobody knows where he is.
We don't speak about him.
Nah, I'm speaking
Speak
about
about
it right
who?
now. Where is he?
Where is he? Where?
I will actually like laugh so fucking hard if at the end of the series, like it's just like, oh, it's the UA graduation, and Deku's dad just turns up. He's just a
That would be
normal
so
fucking dude.
funny.
He's just this normal fucking dude, and it's just gonna be just like, we thought there was like something up with your dad. I thought All Might was your dad. No, this guy.
No, that's
have
my
I
dad.
not talked about my dad?
No, he's actually a great hero overseas.
Remember in Todoroki, the conspiracy theorists thought All Might was actually Deku's dad?
Yeah, no, it's so funny. Again, it's so funny for me to imagine because, like, when we get the like at the Todoroki dinner and they start talking about Toya, and I think Fumi's like, "Oh, you didn't tell them about your brother?" It's like, it wasn't a good conversation starter, and everyone was like, but telling your sordid backstory and asking if your classmate was the son of the #1 hero was? You open the conversation with is All Might your secret are you All Might's secret love child or something? Like, surely it's not that much more awkward to go, oh yeah, I've got a brother who I think my dad killed.
Well, you know.
Like, I get it, Todoroki's socially awkward, but it's just so funny to me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the end game now.
Yeah. Soon,
TM.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if that's everything, we can move from one big shonen to another.
Yeah.
Because we can talk about One Piece.
Nier Automata version 1.1a.
No.
Not today. Not today.
Not today.
Then I want One Piece.
So what bit are we up to in Onigashima at this point? I'm a couple episodes.
Momo learning to fly.
Oh, that's fun.
And Luffy and Kaido split the sky.
Oh, hell yes.
And it was, 1051 is where all these screenshots came from. Absolutely fantastic episode.
Nice.
Incredibly well directed, gorgeous animation. Fantastic. Yeah, pretty much delivered more than I expected, honestly. So
That's good.
yeah, good stuff. Honestly, not that much to say. I just wanted to get all these screenshots.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously don't want to go into spoilers, but at this point,
We're getting to the point where we're going to be getting to one of the hypest moments of all of One Piece soon.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for that. I honestly might watch that episode.
Yeah,
I
this is
will watch the episode.
yeah. If I were to make a short list of like the best episodes of Wano, this would definitely be one of them.
That's good.
Mm.
That's
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I forget which episode was the adaptation of Chapter 1000. I think it was like, what,
10-15, I think.
10-15, that's right.
Yeah, that's just phenomenal on another level. But
That one
this
was
one's also
gorgeous.
incredibly good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Meanwhile,
I imagine they'll get the same team that did that episode and would have them work on the adaptation of 1044. Because...
yeah. Meanwhile, the ninja duel is still ongoing.
The most epic duel in all of One Piece.
It goes on for so long.
Yes, because it's the most epic duel in all of One Piece.
Yeah.
If it was any other author, I think they just forgot about it.
Yeah.
No, Oda was just having it go on in the background for so long because it's more fun that way.
Yeah. Maybe he did forget about it slightly and then just came back to it at one point and was like, oh yeah, I didn't end that one. It's gonna be funnier if I keep it going, though. But yeah. Getting close to the climax of Wano, and it is that good shit.
Yeah, it's the good shit, and whoo boy, can't wait for the fight
The big
lineup we
one.
have coming.
Oh yeah, no, there's several good fights coming up.
Oh yeah.
We're done with all the Todoropo fights, but some of the best fights in the arc are still yet to come.
Well,
Yeah.
we've still got the actual calamities that matter.
Yeah, didn't Jack the Drought get jobs for the final time?
Yes, yeah, he did get beaten this episode, which I probably should have gotten a screenshot for, but yeah.
Let's be honest,
He's a
he
jobber.
doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
He does just get
But he
jobbed
does,
out
like-
constantly.
But Big Doggo and Lasagna Cat got good moments in this episode.
God,
So
Yeah.
God.
Oh yeah, Licky Face McGee also got decked. Yeah.
yeah. Perori.
But I think we can move on now.
Yeah.
To Reborn to Master the Blade, from Hero King to Extraordinary Squire.
I'm sad to drop this number because this has been really fun.
That's good. I wouldn't have had time to watch it anyway, so
Oh, that's unfortunate.
yeah. But I'm glad you're having fun.
Yeah, English continues to be absolutely fucking ridiculous in the best possible way. Most recent episode had her fucking shattering dimensional walls because she was sick and tired of the challenge she was going through and wanted to take a shortcut.
All right.
Yeah, she's developed friendships with some of her classmates, and also rivalries because she has to be competitive. And she is consistently deflecting any opportunities given to shower like anything even remotely resembling accolades onto her because she does not want to deal with that shit. Yeah, and of course there's the running gag of her and Ronnie just inhaling food, like any good shonen protagonist.
Yeah, I mean, she is Goku, so yeah, that's
Yeah. Episodes 4 and 5 actually do also introduce some interesting political things going on in the setting. What with the whatchamacallit, Iron Chain Brigade or some shit like that. Is it Blood Chain? I don't know. But there's some interesting developments with them and how they oppose the tyrannical asshats who rule the skies and all that shit. But they also stoop to some really great methods as well. But there's that bit of political grayness, as well as we're introduced to the younger sister of Trader McDickhead as well, and she is suffering the consequences of her brother being a traitorous dickhead. Being, what with all the political pariahism she's having to deal with because of that.
Fun.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Fortunately, Inglis and Ronnie don't really care about that too much, and they're perfectly happy to be friends with her. There's always a silver lining there.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm just having a fun time with this show. Inglis is a fun protagonist, and the supporting characters have also been interesting so far.
Cool.
I'm glad.
So you don't think you're going to pick this show up again at all, Nmbr?
Probably not. If something crazy happens, I'll maybe pick it back up, but...
She punched a fucking hole in the dimensional wall.
That's pretty good.
She punched a hole
I've
in
seen
the
that
sky?
done before.
Yeah, but that's Dragon Ball Z shit.
It's funny. I was referring exactly to Dragon Ball Z, but still. Well, this show also stars Goku, so.
Yes, it's no surprise. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe we can move on to Revenger. So first, yeah.
So funny.
So just straight out of the gate, like the dub is a lot funnier than the sub, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Okay.
because like I'm watching the dub obviously, and I made note of like time codes for screenshots based on the dialogue that was there. I went to the sub to get the subtitles for them, but it wasn't there. Like they're not like changing the dialogue much, but they're changing it enough to actually be funny rather than just just played straight, I guess. I mean, like the big example was in episode 4 when Kurama was working for Doc. Like when Doc was giving that dude a back adjustment. Like in the sub, like barely anything gets said by the guy in question. In the dub, like he is just fucking yelling his head off about, oh, that doesn't bend that way, oh god, and that's that sort of shit, which is just really funny to hear in the background as you see just Doc just bending this guy into a pretzel.
Oh god.
Like it's that kind of stuff. There were a couple more examples, but again, like I've really been enjoying the dub. Like it has been really funny, and I mean the show in general is pretty good, but the dub adding some more humor to it has elevated it, in my opinion.
Okay, then maybe I'll check it out. Because I've been enjoying the show as it is, but I'll probably enjoy it more with a good dub. So,
no, I definitely do think it's a good dub.
That's good.
So I mean, just in general, this isn't even a dub thing, but Neo suggesting sex work for Kurama and Sochi imagining it, and just like, no, you made me imagine it. Why did you make me imagine it?
Yeah, that was
that was great. That was a funny gag.
That was really good.
Also, I gotta say, like, the dynamic amongst the main group is really fun.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've enjoyed Soji and his just Just getting so frustrated with Kuruma. So frustrated.
It's so great.
Especially when he asked him, like, oh, what did you do when you were a samurai? Just, like, training and teaching sword skills, like, how have you lived this long? I also still say that Usui's way of killing people is the most brutal way.
Oh, it's definitely the most fucked up.
Cause like if you get hit by one of fucking Doc's spears of an arrow, like that's it. You're fucking dead. You aren't gonna be living
Yeah.
long with that, massive shaft of wood in your chest.
Oh my.
Yeah, but like, but suffocation is not a nice way to go.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Though he makes it classy with the gold leaf.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, Neo's kill methods are also pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm enjoying Neo just being a complete gremlin.
Yeah.
Like, like when they showed Kuruma around Nagasaki trying to get a rise from him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was also quite nice ending to episode 4 with the art store owner recognizing Kuruma's talent.
Apparently he can do good art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they killed some opium dealers, so
Yeah, the opium trade was apparently really nasty way back then.
Yeah.
yeah. Apropos of, no particular nationality. No particular nationality.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No nationality.
Okay.
Sure.
I think there was blame on all
Okay.
sides.
Okay.
No,
It was the British.
we were real bad. We were real bad.
Look.
Yeah,
look,
no, the Brits were not great back then.
Look. All nationalities have some skeletons in their closet. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, the US generally tends to put its skeletons on the hood of its monster truck.
That's a great way of putting that.
I mean, yeah, no. I also I have Irish ancestry, so double reason to not like the old British.
Oh.
Look, they sold those potatoes to us.
Yeah, and they also sold everything else to you guys because they had no other choice.
Pay your fucking taxes, you damn Americans.
I do.
Anyway, yeah,
Back on topic.
This has been a fairly enjoyable show so far. I'm looking forward to getting more of it.
Have you watched yesterday's episode? Oh, not yesterday's. Thursday's episode.
Me?
Yeah.
No, because I'm watching the dub.
Oh,
Where is that? The dub? Where
dub-
is the dub at?
Dub has only just hit episode 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
Because
Thursday's episode was real fucked up.
was,
I actually didn't see the most recent one, so
It was real fucked up. Most fucked up one so far.
But yeah, it was delayed. Dub got delayed a bit because of the storm in Texas.
Oh, yeah, that'll do
right.
it. That will do it.
But I think certainly for me, that's all I've got for Revenger. There's only 2 episodes I can talk about, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go into too much detail then, aside from the remainder episodes being pretty good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I also like.
Another episode's pretty good. Most recent episode's very fucked up.
Oh boy.
One last thing.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
No, I
believe you.
you.
It's Urobuchi.
Gee, I'm sure it's fucked
yeah,
up.
it's Urobuchi, so it's coming.
They go real hard into the drugs, into how drugs can fuck you up.
Oh no.
Amongst other things.
To be fair,
Oh,
there was some
no.
of that in episode 3 as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Last thing for me, just Neo hiding that there was a sixth person just for the fuck of it, and it ruining their bet. But yeah, Revenger. It's been a good show so far.
Yeah.
But moving on to Spy Classroom.
This one's a fun time. They've gone into slice of life shenanigans at this point, and I think they're just about to move out of it at this now and on to the next mission. But it's mostly just been shenaniganry to do a little bit of development on the rest of the characters, because first few episodes focus mostly on the mission and not on the actual characters themselves. So developed the 8th girl plus 2 of the other girls a little bit, as well as just having some dumb fun shenaniganry. I believe this one has also been delayed, but it is the shortest delay by far. I believe it's only a week. The 8th episode is set to air a week later than it was originally going to.
Glad the delay isn't too bad then.
Yeah, the delay is not too bad. Yeah, I'm starting to warm up to the character dynamics on this one. It's pretty clear that the leader Lily is both a fun character and also not as competent as she likes to think she is, which can make for some very good comedy, in my opinion. Yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying this one. It's fun spy slice of life shenanigans. It's mostly slice of life with some spy stuff mixed in, but it's a fun time nonetheless. Also, I love a good hoist by their own petard thing, even if it is just a gag. It's always fun to see Karma bite someone in the ass.
Yeah.
There are some.
I took this screenshot.
There are some boys love fans of Assassination Classroom who would agree with you.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just saying.
I know you're just saying. I'm not going to contest you on that because I know you're not wrong.
And out of all of us, I would probably be the one in the position to know.
Uh-huh. I'm not going to say you're wrong. You're
not. But if we can move on.
Yep.
We will do so to Sugar Apple Fairy Tale.
So last time I mentioned that Jonas fucking stole Anne's confection and then ran off with it for the fair, and he was going to present it as his own prize. But yeah, asshole. But and Anne was originally just going to give up, but Shao kind of tricks her, because since the whole trip was basically for naught, Anne decides to give Shao his wing back, and sets him free. And then he's like, "Well, you still promised me a confection, so you still need to make that. So I'll stick around." And then she makes it, and then he's like, "Okay, so now I can do whatever I want with this. Go present it at the fair." So, and they go to the fair, and then no one really wins because Anne and Jonas kind of have a draw, but then Jonas does get caught with it being revealed that he stole it, so he got disqualified, and Anne gets the opportunity to give him a giant slap in the face. Very satisfying.
Bitch, ain't it?
Yeah. Thank goodness. But no one gets the grand prize though, unfortunately. But everyone's like, "Hey, Anne, be back next year. You got this." So that was nice. And then, unfortunately, we do see Jonas again, because apparently there's the there is an earl who wants a confection made, and he's basically letting anyone sign up to have the opportunity. Of course, Jonas is there, and he's acting like a fucking asshole because. Like a confident asshole, like he will absolutely beat Anne, which is ridiculous because he had to steal Anne's prize to begin with. But
Yeah, that's pretty shit.
yeah, I hate Jonas, but he's a hate sink, so it's fine.
Yeah, you are supposed to hate those kind of characters.
Yeah. But very curious about this Earl because he seems very odd. He wants the confection made to be based on the this fairy in this portrait that he seems to have many pictures of. Not quite sure what the reasoning behind that is or what his deal is. But aside from that, I've been really enjoying it. Anne and Shao have adapted this sort of a goofy friendship where they're kind of just Shao just pokes fun at Anne, and she, it's always funny.
So he's not her slave anymore then, huh?
No, they are officially just friends. Like even after Shao's set free, he's like he basically establishes that now that they no longer are master and slave, that we can officially be friends now. And Anne's like, "Oh, I'd love to." So
That's definitely a point in its favor then.
yeah, no, it's very
And
nice.
A lot of shows just like decide, oh hey, let's totally keep the slaves as slaves because they'll definitely get benefits. Totally, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah, there's definitely positive benefits from that. Yeah, sure. That's definitely a good thing to have in your world, to have slavery be a benefit. Yeah, totally. Oh my god. Uh, but yeah, it's been pretty enjoyable so far. There is some interesting political stuff happening in the background here between this Earl who is apparently like it's kind of hard to explain, but basically there's a reason for him to start a rebellion. So there's that. So but it's been fun. I'm enjoying it.
Good.
That's good.
Moving on then to The Tale of Outcasts. So I did not manage to watch the most recent episodes. I've only got two, but they're pretty big ones. Basically, Marbus and Wisteria find their way back to Diana Blackbell and Nibirius, where they learn that the Knights of whatever the order is, I can't remember exactly what it's called, like Sword Cross Knights, maybe? I can't remember. They're
Something that sounds vaguely Christian, I guess.
yeah, pretty much. Something that involves swords and Christianity.
How original.
But yeah, they're after Diana and Nibirius. There's a whole thing. Next two episodes.
Also, they're after them, and they're not after my Lucky Charms. That's nice. I'll stop interrupting.
The head of the order is the guy who's only known as the commander, who seems to basically be able to tank anything. Like Nibirius cuts his throat and he just walks it off. So
does he command stuff though? Is the question.
yeah, he's as I said, he's the head of the order. He's commanding stuff. Also, you said you were gonna stop snarking.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Couldn't help it that time.
Yeah. I mean, the real star of the show in these two episodes was Nibirius and Marbus just fucking bickering back and forth so much. Like they just never stop to the point that Diana just throws them out of Wisteria's sick room at one point because they just don't stop. At one point, like when Nibirius is first fighting the commander and is like struggling because he can't actually do any damage to the guy, Marbus just strolls in and it's like, oh god, is he gonna attack the commander? No, he just starts hitting Nibirius. It's like, you should be doing better. You're one of the great calamities. What the fuck are you doing? And they just start bickering.
My god.
Yeah. Very funny. But what's not funny is that in the big attack that the Knights or the Order sends at the Black Bell House, the commander pulls a bullshit move and has basically thinking that if he kills Diana to end the pact with Nibirius, Nibirius is just gonna fuck off. So he has a sniper shoot Diana.
Oh shit.
Yeah. To be fair, he tried that. This was the second time he tried that, but the first time, it was the sniper was Snow, Wisteria's brother, and Snow didn't even see Wisteria like in the carriage with Diana. He was just like, "Oh my god, she's a young teenage girl, just like Wisteria. I can't do this." Yeah, he is that. But yeah, second time they get somebody more reliable, it works. But Diana dies, but oh boy, does Nibirius not fucking go away.
Oh, they come to regret that decision then, don't they?
Yeah, it's looking like it, but it's looking like it's more of a attack, because he releases his true form as a great calamity demon. And calamity is very much a important part of the name, because I get the impression that he's not going to discriminate who he attacks. But yeah, I mean,
I always wonder why antagonists like this just try to pull bullshit moves like that and expect no consequences to happen to them.
Again, the point is that these knights have a very blinkered view of the demons. They think they're just all selfish, evil creatures. So he assumed that if the pact ended, Nibirius would just have no reason to fight and would just fuck off. He did not plan on how much affection Nibirius actually had for Diana. And while and this is true with Marbus as well, they don't often they never actually say, "Oh yeah, I like you and I enjoy spending time with you," but it's their actions that really speak the volumes as to how they truly feel about their humans.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, got another episode to watch where obviously Nibirius is going apeshit, so should be fun. I admit I didn't think they'd kill Diana off so quickly, which is sort of a shame because I liked how she interacted with the Wisteria. I also liked her fashion sense. You can see in the screenshot she's wearing a tiny hat. I always liked that.
That's unfortunate.
It makes no sense as to how it stays on her head, but I can't help but like tiny hats.
Tiny hats are cool.
But yeah, I think that's about everything. So we can move on to Tokyo Revengers Christmas Showdown.
Fuck it, Michi, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, he did the 1-2 punch of trusting Kisaki and also, breaking up with his girlfriend to quote unquote protect her, which is
That's always a bad
fuck-
move.
it's fucking idiotic.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
even try to explain things to her. He was just like, "No, this is for the best. I have to do this." Like
Now-
a fucking clown.
Breaking up with your partner to protect them never works in fiction.
No, it never does.
You can see where he's coming from, but
In his very slight defense, her father did ask him to because he was involved with delinquent shit.
yeah.
But like again, he could have at least explained that to her rather than just leaving her in the dark and bullshitting about it.
Yeah.
Communication, people. Communication.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, predictably, Kisaki backstabbed Takemichi because of fucking course he did.
Yeah, fucking course he did. I thought for a second there, like, oh, you know what? Maybe you're not all bad. No, he's kind of an asshole still.
Kinda.
Kind of.
Kinda.
Yeah. It just. It was interesting to learn that he and Hinata have a history.
Mm-hmm.
So just a quick question
Mhm.
about this trader dude. How obvious how obvious was it that he was going to be a trader on a scale of 1 to Richard Tratoro Helsing?
To be fair, we'd already known that Kisaki was bad news from like
Yeah.
near the beginning of the series.
Yeah.
It's just like Kisaki was putting on overtures of, hey, maybe I'm not the worst person. Maybe I can actually be trusted with just this little thing right here. And he's like, nope, he cannot be.
Yeah. And this was, to be fair, taking place in the past where, maybe he's not a complete asshole just yet, but he is.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
He's still an asshole,
Yeah.
as it turns out.
Yeah. Still curious to see how he got this way, though, because
It will be interesting to
judging
see,
by
yeah.
his past with Hinata, he was a decent nerd.
Mm-hmm. Just a
So,
little nerdy dude.
yeah.
Yeah. We also got fucking fucking what's his name? Taiju, right?
Yeah, Taiju, yeah.
Who is just like fucking hell. Such an asshole.
He is a abusive asshole and a big threatening juggernaut.
He takes a knife to the fucking bat and barely to the back and doesn't even flinch.
Yeah. Apparently
But dude-
Yuzuha's the one that ended up killing him in the future, so
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. But he dodged the bullet this time because he flinched out of the way a little bit and it missed any vital organs, apparently.
Yep. And apparently Hawkeye has has a true nature that Takemichi doesn't know about, so that's interesting
That'll
as
be
well.
interesting. Also, we see a little bit with Taji's lieutenants, or at least one of them, who is more than willing to trade information for the right price.
Yeah. He just wants to see the strongest.
Can only go well.
Yeah. It's also interesting to me how Taiju's apparently a very devout Christian.
And he's also an abusive jackass. Which,
Yeah, it's like, wait, what?
Sure.
I'm like, okay. Well,
Sure. Yeah,
I
sure.
don't think
sure.
I don't think there's anything in the Bible about this sort of behavior.
Yeah. I mean, give it away. Actually, no, I won't go into that. Let's not go into real life stuff.
No, let's not. But yeah, pretty fucked up. Curious to see what happens now, because Taiju's a very big dude and a very tough dude.
And the only three people who are available to fight against him are Takemichi, his Taiju's traumatized younger brother, and Taiju's younger sister, who is not trained to fight at all, that we know of.
Yeah, and also Takemichi needs to make sure that neither of them kill Taiju.
Which, I don't know how you're gonna take down Taiji without killing him.
Yeah,
Even if you could take him down.
yeah. So, should be interesting.
Yep. Yeah, bottom line, no one's having a fun time right now.
Yeah, no. Merry Christmas, huh?
Merry motherfucking Christmas.
How
Yeah.
rarely, how often do people actually have a good time in Tokyo Revengers, though?
Very rarely.
Yeah, very rare.
In between arcs, maybe? Yeah, not having a fun time right now.
Yeah,
But
but I think we can move on then.
okay, moving on
Mhm.
to Your Eternity Season 2. That looks like a fun screenshot, right?
Yeah, out of context it might be funny, but nope.
Yeah.
It is very much not funny in context.
Yeah. But yep, the knockers are attacking. And now everyone in Rinril has to fight back.
Yep.
And also yeah.
And Fushi has allies now who are able to fight alongside him because they can respawn using his powers.
Yeah, so immortals in quotation marks.
It's more like just straight up respawning.
Yeah.
They straight up kill themselves multiple times to get to another location faster.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. It's like
very fucked up.
It's like, okay, we have to be there as soon as possible. It's like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. But wow. Also,
Yeah,
March is back.
Oh yeah, March is alive now.
Yeah.
Again.
Fushi doesn't know about it yet, but March is alive. Because Fushi is not aware of his own power.
Yeah, so he just made a body double for March, and once that got disconnected from him, March's soul just hopped into the duplicate of her body, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, if someone's spirit, or I think it's called Fae, it sticks around and decides not to pass on, then that person can be revived.
Fushi can resurrect them by just recreating the body.
Yep.
It only works if their spirit's still around and he was familiar with them, though.
Yeah, luckily March decided to stick around Fushi and see where his journey led him. So pretty interesting how March is alive now.
Yep.
It'll be fun to see how Fushi reacts to that.
Yeah. Not a lot has happened with that yet, but
No.
It might change in the next few episodes.
Yeah. But in the meantime, it's just Fushi and his allies trying to fight off the knockers.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everything then?
For now, yeah.
I do think Fushi's technique for fighting the knockers, like taking them out when they land in the cannonballs, is neat.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. I think the way Fushi's fighting in general is pretty cool. Just swapping from person to person at the drop of a hat, but also being able to teleport wherever he's needed. Big mental toll, but that's the only major downside. Fushi's very powerful.
Yep, he's gotten quite the upgrade.
Yeah.
Also, I think this is by far the longest we've stayed with with more or less the same supporting cast.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, this is probably the biggest arc in the manga at this point. I don't think the one after this is longer, but I don't remember how long it is exactly. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just wondering when the body will start hitting the floor again. Because that always happens eventually.
Yeah.
Okay then, moving on to Trigun Stampede.
Oh boy, Trigun. Good fun. We meet Wolford finally.
Good,
vo-
neat.
yeah, voiced by Yoshimasa Hosoya, who's one of my favorites, so I'm a big fan of that.
Has Millie shown up?
No, not yet. I would have told you by now if she has. Actually, there's reason to believe that this might actually only be 12 episodes, which would be weird, but interesting. But we'll see. But yeah, Wolford's fun. He fights using a big cross gun thing, which is neat.
Isn't that what he uses in the original too?
I think I haven't seen the original, so I'm assuming that's yeah. But he's fun. I like him. He's we also just started learning about his past. Apparently he had when he was in an orphanage, he had a little brother basically who's come back to kill him and Vash. So that's
Lovely.
also fun. Yeah. We also see a village that Vash has visited once where there was a kid who was apparently going to very sickly and was going to be offered up as some sort of sacrifice. But and Vash promised him that he would try to help him. But unfortunately by the time Vash was able to get some medicine, too late, and the kid was kind of sacrificed, but in reality he was just a science experiment and turned into a massive, hideous cyborg thing that ran wild and tried to kill Vash. Vash obviously didn't want to hurt him, but Wolfwood sniped him because what Vash wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get through to him, which it seemed like he did, but at the literal last second. So pretty sad and fucked up, but yeah, pretty fun so far. The show doesn't pull any punches. I'm really enjoying Trigun. I'm just curious to see where it's going, and if it actually does end within 12 episodes, that's interesting. But we'll have to
It's
wait and
listed
see.
as 12 on Mal.
I don't think that. Well, when I last checked, it wasn't listed, so that's interesting.
It could be a case of 12 episodes for now, and they'll do a second season.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because Orange does like to do that. Because it did that with Beastars. Never confirmed the next season until the previous one had finished.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah, it does say 12. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
But
yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot.
Good. So we can move on to Tsurune, the Linking Shot. Not gonna lie, Tsurune episode 5 might actually be. Obviously, we'll see for the second half of the season, but so far, it's my favorite episode of the season overall. Because it was so good. Because it just went into Kaito and Nanao's like long relationship, both in the past and currently in the present, where they're fighting, because basically both think they have to protect the other. Like Kaito grew up protecting Nanao from bullies who went after Nanao because, like, he wasn't. I mean, in one flashback, Nanao was attacked by a boy who was angry that Nanao walked home with the boy's crush. And then now is just like, baby, she asked me to walk with her, you idiot. um, and then eventually they get to the point where both Minato and Seiya just go up to each of them and are like, just fucking talk to each other, you idiots. Just actually say what you're thinking instead of assuming the other person knows. And then
No, that's too hard.
and they end up basically having a sudden death shoot off where they just shoot for they they shoot for so long they run out of arrows and they have to go back and pull them out of the targets, which is very awkward. And they just start arguing. And the shoot off ends with the Now's bowstring breaking, and they both just start pissing themselves laughing, just because of how anticlimactic it ended up being. Episode 6 was a really good episode, focused on the girls in the club, which, you know, the one downside of Tsurune is that it has been very focused on the guys rather than the girls. So it was nice to get to see them get an episode. Get to see them do really well as well, and get some flashbacks of how they've been working hard in the background. And then episode 7, focusing very much on Ryohei and forming what is a really nice but honestly surprising relationship with Shu, the really good archer from Kurosaki, who is apparently a rich bitch. But oh, I remember now. I forgot about that bit of the episode. So basically, what the team has to do is trying to basically get in sync with each other, so that they all work together and follow on from each other. They try just being in sync, but it doesn't work. So Masa tries to explain more by saying, "Show me your bellies as you shoot," and they're like, "What? That's sexual harassment, Masa-san. What are you talking about?" It's like, no. It's fine. Okay. Okay then, put your hand on my stomach. And like, what a creep. Just like, oh, I'm explaining it badly, but it is funny. I guarantee that, even though humor is incredibly subjective, I guarantee it's funny. Yeah, and as always, Tsurune is fucking beautiful because it's KyoAni, and they love their arrow tracking shots, which I'm never gonna tire of. But episode 7 ends with Masa deciding they need to compete more, and looking up Kurosaki's number. So we're gonna get some more Kazumai Kurosaki interactions, which is always fun.
Neat.
So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I love Tsurune. It's so good. This
is news to me.
It's making my Wednesdays so fun.
I'll watch it eventually.
But we can move on to another show that only I'm watching, UniteUp. And as I've said before, only got one episode to talk about, so it shouldn't take too long. Basically, the main trio, Akira, Banri, and Chihiro, have started their idol lessons. Singing went well, but dancing did not go at all well, which makes things worse because they got told they're going to be backup dancers for legit in a I think it's like a deodorant commercial.
All right.
And yeah, unfortunately, their dancing skills are not up to par, so they split up. But Akira is easily the worst, so he gets the most focus. He worries about that, especially considering we finally get the reason why he quit playing baseball, which was that when he was in middle school, um, he made a mistake in a tournament match, which lost them the game, and he felt really responsible for the fact that they weren't able to go further through the tournament, and it meant that his seniors didn't get as much of a chance to show off, and therefore probably lost out on baseball scholarships. So he really wants to try and avoid doing the same thing, but eventually Banner and Chihiro convince him to tough it out, and they end up practicing together via video chat, and manage to get his skills up to par. Yeah, I mean, what's been really nice is the camaraderie between Akira, Banner, and Chihiro, because like certainly I worried when I first saw him in the show and in the OP that Chihiro was gonna be like your stereotypical like cold, emotionless asshole sort of thing. Um, Sort of like how what's his face? I can't remember his name. Darkhead Idol from Heroines. Seems like. I kind of worried he'd be sort of an asshole like that, but no, he's actually a really chill dude. Even though he very clearly has some real issues in his past. That's almost certainly going to come up at some point because he keeps referencing it. So I'd be shocked if it didn't. But yeah, episode 4 ends with Lin coming in and saying that Akira, Banri, and Chihiro's unveiling his setup. So we'll be getting that in. Well, the episode dropped today actually, but I don't think I'll be watching it till Tuesday. So I'll be getting that on Tuesday.
I see.
But yeah,
Fun.
Good idol show. I like it.
That's cool.
That's nice.
Moving on though to Urusei Yatsura.
The show is so fucking funny.
Yeah, it's been pretty funny. I just...
She has to put up with that.
Yeah, I feel sorry for her.
She just wants to be feminine, but she has no idea how.
Yeah.
Like she was probably already inclined to be a tomboy, and she also just did not get any information on how to actually act or be feminine from her dad.
Yeah. Shame she doesn't have a mom around, apparently.
I think it's implied that the mom walked out on them. Because the dad is just...
Yeah, considering the dad, I guess I'm not too shocked.
I'm also more surprised that she didn't take her daughter with her.
Yeah. But yeah. This stretch of episodes has been really, really fun. I'm a big fan of Ryunosuke.
Yeah. Kawa has been biting Atsuru in the ass even more than usual, too, so that's fun.
Yeah. What was the most recent? Oh yeah,
it was the hot
pot.
That was funny.
That was great. Otter just spending so much time just trying to find something that Lum hates. It turns out that I guess her species just doesn't
jive well with garlic. Yeah.
Well, no, their taste buds are apparently just weak because she doesn't get any flavor from anything else she eats unless it's really, really spicy.
Yep.
It's interesting. Also, the whole the whole bit with the lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
Is Lum just like a secret scientist or something?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well,
Because she was in the lab cooking that shit. Oh, I also like the episode with the wishing star.
yeah, that was fun. Terry just fucked them over super hard.
Yeah, that little asshole.
I don't think he even intends to be an asshole. It's just he's just that much of an oblivious dickhead.
Yeah. I like how the star just crashed into their place, and they're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? You
Yes.
ruined our house." It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to give you guys wishes."
To be fair, he does give them wishes. It's just the only wish that's of any use is fixing the house that he fucked up,
Yeah.
which is just so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also just I believe was Mento's rival introduced in this batch or the previous batch?
I think this batch actually.
Yeah, because Mento's sister is very clearly infatuated with his rival, but
And he's a fucking idiot. And he also hates women.
he's a fight sexual idiot. Yes.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure all fight sexuals are idiots, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
It's part and parcel with fight sexual package.
I'm pretty sure he has stronger feelings for Mendo than he does for Mendo's sister.
Yes, the problem is that those feelings are hatred and a desire to punch.
Also, why did he end the letter with the heart? Like, why would he do? What does that accomplish? That's never explained. Like, why did he do that?
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Absolute morons, all one and all.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. No. This show's been very, very fun. It's also like really well animated every now and then.
Productions really went all in on this.
Yeah. JoJo's died for it. I'm never gonna stop bringing that up because JoJo's died for this.
Shouldn't. You really shouldn't.
Yeah, it's sad. I'm glad this show turned out as well as it did, but Stone Ocean deserved better.
It did. It really did. It was already pretty good as it is, but like, come on.
Yeah.
You should put more effort into that part of JoJo's. It deserved it.
Or work out a better schedule, or get more staff, or something, you know.
Or just push this one back a little bit.
Yeah. Regardless, this is a very, very fun show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we can move on to The Vampire Dies in No Time, Season 2.
As soon as I saw the screenshot, I knew I had to include this one more than anything else. He gets stuck in a vampire trap. That was very obvious.
Damn.
Yeah. It's really hard to go into detail about sketch comedy because sketch comedy is just, you know, a bunch of really funny sketches and there's not much plot connecting them. But most recent episode actually did have some lore for one of the protagonists, in that Ronaldo's older brother is part of the Vampire Hunting Bureau. So, and he also used to be an actual vampire hunter way back when. And he is nowhere near as awesome as his brother thinks he is. His brother has just... Ronaldo has just put his older brother on a pedestal constantly for the past several years of his life. And he's like, oh no! Stop putting me on a pedestal. And he doesn't help his case by just constantly just like, oh, by just going along with his stories or making up bullshit so he doesn't look too bad. Because, like, he is kind of fuck up, even though he doesn't look like a fuck up or act like one most times. Yeah, it's just really funny because he's just trying to. He knows his brothers put him on a pedestal, but he's trying to dodge anything that could break that pedestal underneath him.
Interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting.
Is that everything you want to say about Vampire Dies then?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We can quickly move on to our penultimate show, Vinland Saga Season 2.
They got a horse.
Mm-hmm.
A horse that doesn't look very happy to be hugged.
Well, to be fair, that horse is going through it. It has to pull the freaking tree stumps, so that's hard work. But yeah, Thorfinn and Einar are bonding and doing farm work, making progress on that. They also meet the old master who used to own the farm, and they get acquainted with him. They're the ones that provide him with this horse, and turns out that
Old dude is the farm owner's dad.
yeah, the farm owner's dead. He was also, for some reason, very well acquainted with Snake, the guy that got Thorfinn and Einar out of that jam.
Snake? Snake? Snake!
Okay.
Sorry. Had to.
Yeah. Also, they're able to eat with them, and that's probably like the best meal that they've had in a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thorfinn is starting to actually improve, which is nice.
Yeah. We also see what Canute has been up to.
Oh yeah, and we get the return of Best Girl Thorkel.
Yeah.
Look, it's funnier if I call him Best Girl Thorkel. Not
No.
least because it's partially true.
Yeah, it is kind of true, yeah. He's not very happy with Canute because, you know...
No, he
Canute's...
wants to fight.
Yeah, he wants to fight, and Canute's ending the fights before he can get his due.
Because Canute's a pragmatist, and he doesn't want to throw away his soldiers and shit.
Yeah.
Which, you know what, fair, not throwing away the lives of your subjects is always a good thing, but, like, Thorkel doesn't care about that. He wants a good fight.
No, he wants to fight!
See, this is what I mean.
Battle.
This is what I mean when I say fight sexuals are morons.
Yeah?
Because they are.
Yeah.
If you were to put someone like Thorkel in charge of your army, he would immediately go for the most difficult option because he wants a good fight.
Yeah?
Which means he is not a good strategist whatsoever.
Yeah. He's not stupid, though, to be fair.
Not stupid. He's not stupid. He's just very strategically impaired.
Yeah. Because he doesn't need a strategy. It's Thorkel.
He doesn't need or want a strategy. He wants to fight.
Yeah.
His strategy consists solely of, hey, let's fight. Whereas Canute is being a lot more pragmatic and kind of underhanded, really, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's pretty heavily implied that he's using assassinations to get rid of his rivals. Which, you know what? I get that. A lot of kings and warlords in this time period weren't exactly the greatest guys.
Yeah.
So, it's not like they deserve a good, honorable death or anything like that, but still pretty, not the most honorable way to get rid of your competition either.
Yeah. And now Canute is King of England.
It won't last.
You read history spoilers, didn't you, Mill?
How dare you? How dare you spoil us on actual history?
Yeah. It is funny, though. Like, people react to someone talking about actual history like they're spoiling Vinland Saga. It's like, you know, this shit happened in real. At least some of this shit happened in real life, right?
Yeah, a good
this,
portion
right?
of
I mean,
a good portion
of
this is real.
It happened like at least 1,000 years ago as well. I think we're a bit past the spoiler period for that.
No, the spoiler period's like 1,001 years.
Ah, damn.
Damn, does that make all of our American history classes spoilers?
Yes.
Yes.
Darn.
And don't even get me started on world history. Oh my god.
Jeez. Man, I still need to find the updates on what happened after World War II was over.
It's crazy. That's a good arc.
It's a great arc. The villains were just like super awful though.
But yeah, Vinland Saga is good. It's nice to see Thorfinn recovering and start to become a normal human being slowly but surely.
As opposed to a terrible murder child.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can move on to our final show then, which is Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun Season 3.
Woot woot.
We're finally at the end of the fucking Harvest Festival.
Thank merciful God.
Yeah, it went on for too long.
Mm-hmm.
That said, episode 16, that reveal of Jazz and Alice's double cross. As much as I was expecting something to be a double cross, I didn't expect what actually happened. Of Alice didn't actually fucking like retire.
Yeah, no.
That's genuinely clever. I really liked that twist because it was just because I remember being like, why did Alistair leave? He didn't get disqualified. Did he just give up with Jazz? Like why?
No, there was no rule. There was simply no rule saying that a non-disqualified student couldn't enter the disqualification tent.
I imagine there will be next year.
Probably, but. Also, I love Clara wreaking absolute fucking havoc without even realizing it.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Also, Az gets predictably disqualified for taking Orobos in the face because violence against students was a no-no.
Yeah, but then he goes, "Hey, I'm already disqualified. Who gives a fuck what I do now?" And Orobos is like,
yeah.
I didn't think all of this through.
Also, like,
mistakes
Az
were made.
is already Daleth. He doesn't need this.
Yeah.
Now he's at the same rank as Iruma, so he's happy with that.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm not sure. I think he's only gonna move up again when Iruma does, because he's too happy being rank buddies with him. Speaking of that, it was really nice to see that reunion with the main trio in episode 16. And then like Iruma refusing to let them go in episode 18. That was really adorable.
That was absolutely sweet, yeah. Also, I really like how the Iruma lead team pulled off the win by just like Jazz reminding everyone, hey, the pot's worth points too. Yeah. It's not just the fucking leaf.
I will give the instructors the benefit of the doubt of they've never fucking done this before. Nobody's done it, so they're kind of flying by the seat of their pants.
I just think it's
yeah.
they do cop to it being their bad. I just think it's
Yeah.
very funny.
I had also liked the reveal of Nafala being a student council member who was there as part of the route to the Legend Leaf.
Yeah, that was neat.
You had to earn his loyalty, which obviously
I don't think we
did.
know Nuffla's gender. I prefer going with gender neutral pronouns. At
Fair
this
enough.
point.
Fair enough. But yeah, they finally cleared up the fucking misunderstanding with the Doro brothers, which was predictably funny.
That was so funny.
Like, this is my master. Hello, I'm Balam. What?
Who?
And then 19 was a bit of a recap episode.
But we also got to see Robin being badass.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, it makes sense that Robin has got the same ability as Bachiko, considering they are family. But it was nice to get to see him actually be badass and surprisingly violent at that. Like, Iruma is generally...
He just fucking shits an arrow through a guy.
Yeah, Iruma is generally shied away from being too violent, but that was just like, no, we're fucking spearing this dude through the gut.
He apparently aimed so precisely that he didn't even hit any vital organs either, which is kind of impressive.
Mm-hmm. Also, I loved that the bingo prize was a giant statue of Sullivan's egg form.
Yeah, that was great.
That was so funny, and it had to be Kalego who won it.
Of course it was going to be Kalego. Who else was going to win it?
Also, the fact that, like, when Kalego hears that the bar trip is on Sullivan's tab, he immediately
orders the most expensive drink.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Immediately. So funny. There's no pause.
So petty. It's great.
And then we unfortunately have to get back to plot things and have to get back to Bal and Kirio because they're fucking interesting apparently.
Well, they're the main overworking villains, it looks like.
I know, but I just do not find Kirio interesting.
No, he is creepy though.
Yeah, he was salivating a lot upon learning that Iruma is human. And I like when they did the reveal of Iruma's had a mic on him the whole time, I was trying to think back to everything Iruma had said to think if he'd like said anything like he shouldn't have, and then it showed off. Yeah, I'm human. I'm like, oh right, he did say that.
Iruma, you fucking moron.
He didn't know he'd been bugged.
That's true.
He thought he was alone in a cave.
Yeah, but still.
And then one final gag: Robin having to get all the passed out instructors home as Kalego and Balam just abandon him.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, not just them. Also, Momonoki also abandons him.
Yeah.
Because she was the only other one who was sober.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
And she's just like, yeah, I'm a dip.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get the episode of them get them visiting Az's house, because I think that's going to be really fun.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
How many episodes? Oh, 21 episodes. Oh no, we've only got 2 more Iruma episodes.
Damn it.
Oh
I
no.
want more of this.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if I can wait for the official release to get to this point.
No, it's going to take a while. Because this is pretty deep in, I think.
We're going to have to ask our resident Iruma nerds.
We have a few, so that should be fine.
Yeah.
Let me I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also going to ask them, like, what chapters certain moments are, because I don't think I'm going to get the entire Iruma manga now that it's being released officially, but I'm going to get, like, choice volumes with, like, really good moments in them. Like, I'm definitely going to get the volume of Iruma's Evil Cycle.
Because
That was pretty amazing. Oh yeah, Iruma might have gotten a message from the Demon King.
Oh yeah, that was neat.
That was the thing. Anything else? Yeah, confirmation that Orobas is a pretty decent dude. It was nice to
He was
see.
just being very thoroughly manipulated by a cult asshole.
Yeah. And it's I think his stuff got a good end. Yeah, I think that is it. I certainly don't have anything else. Oh yeah, the that one instructor who was like, "Oh hey, Kolego Sensei, what snacks do you want? We've got chicken." Oh no, bird. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sabnok sleeping through like the last most of the last day because he just ran out of energy.
Yeah, that was funny.
Now we've got 2 young kings. But
Hell yeah.
we all know Rim is the real young king. I did wonder if like they'd have something where like Iruma had like an ingredient just in his pocket worth like a point, and that would put him above lead. But no, they just shared the title, which is fine.
Yep, that is fine. Honestly, good for Lee.
Yeah, I'm glad he deserves it. But yeah, that I think is everything. So we should wrap up. Thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. In terms of future stuff, we are officially taking a 2-week break. So if I just check the calendar, I believe we are going to be back on the 7th of March. I think we agreed on. Which is,
I believe that's the case, yes. Which is a Tuesday.
Yeah, which is a Tuesday. So we'll be back with that. We'll be, again, depending on who's available, we're going to start Dragon Age Inquisition in terms of the gaming stuff.
Well, we're going to be doing the Himbo tier list on Tuesday first.
Okay.
On that Tuesday.
We could, again, it depends on availability, but if you know, if Fuzzy is available, yeah, we'll do the Himbo tier list then. If not, we'll start Inquisition. But yeah, in terms of the D&D streams, we are going to still be doing, well, we're still going to be
recording them.
We're going to be doing D&D sessions, but we'll be recording them and I'll put them up on YouTube as soon as possible. But again, thank you everybody for watching. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and on Twitter at storytime_net. I'm also very quickly just gonna scroll over to here, yes, and put the link to the YouTube channel in the chat, because that's where because I will be starting to get back into the swing of putting stuff up. So that is the link to the YouTube channel, where I said archive's going to be going up. But otherwise, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we hope to see you back on the 7th of March. Good night.
Later.
Bye.